Alright, here we are with Fellowship, The Deeps, Season 1, Episode 11. We're in September 2019, and
I am Tyler. I'm playing the Overlord, Grand Architect Zane, and to my left we have X playing Y.
Peter as Architect Juno Alderon, the heir.
Mark as Poover Iceclaw, the dwarf.
Devin as Goblin King, the Orc.
Nicole is Marilla the Rain.
Alright guys, what happened last session?
Devon soloed the set piece.
Yeah, I did. Fucking did it.
And we barely struggled against another set piece. We're all tuckered out.
Yeah.
But we saved some rain people, some of them, others are puddles.
We valiantly saved a village under attack.
I feel like you went into a burning village and grabbed like one child and were like, well, done. I have saved this village.
Than others.
Well, we saved the breeding stock or something.
Oh my god. Is that the new visual novel, Goo Girl Farm, 10?
I don't know, I think that was pretty desperate considering, how, Poover was turned into frickin' Badger Flambe.
Yeah, but we only saved like 10 people.
He got Pooverized.
I think your total is at 42 right now. Because you found 30 and then there was like another dozen.
Oh, all shitty about how many people you've saved. You've saved a lot more than
It is up to the call to command that there were only 42 Goo Girls there. And there, we saved 100%. Yeah.
Anything else happen? Anything before that we want to touch on before we begin?
Spider drills.
We had a storm at sea.
Yeah, there was
Lightning strikes.
Yeah, I sold that one.
Then you were eaten.
you were swimming around outside my mouth while you were piloting.
Oh yeah.
Poover had specifically spent time building a bunch of, expecting us we were going to have to go into the water, build a bunch of environmental suits, which ended up being instantly just fried.
Yeah.
And Zane had a nice PR stand in elementary school that knew a lot about goblins.
Yeah, they were really into the goblins, all those kids.
And terrorists.
Okay. Well then, let's pick it back right where we left off. Goblin King. I can't believe I blanked on your name there. It's Goblin King.
So simple.
You are in the now drained power chamber. You're in a duel with a Saren. And the Lich is brimming with blue tendrils of power. He's practically bursting, cackling madly. He's raised an army of undead goblins all around him. I don't know, who else do you have that's left alive with you?
Lil and Mavie. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
I'd have to reconcile with my list.
Who survived?
The Lich.
The Lich is still alive. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, he's still
Witcher's still
existing.
alive. He's just on the top.
Pretty sure he's still alive.
That's true.
And the Orby is on the boat, far away from here.
Right. The Orby.
He's safe.
I was like, Orby. When did we get an Orby? Oh shit.
Oh fuck.
It's Katie and Orby.
But yeah, so you feel the entire ship start to list and sink. You hear the creaking and the groaning and the buckling of plates. And far down the corridors, the spraying of water.
Is this type of ship has escape pods lining the inside of the ship?
Escape pods, not, lifeboats.
Let's ask the person who commands lore about the architects.
Peter, you piece of shit.
No, they're all expected to go down with their ship as good.
Why would they have escape pods? They're meant to last and, survive.
The hubris of the builders says
Alright,
no
so-
escape pods.
Peter had a chance to make the builders really intelligent and kind, and instead made them jackass. We know your people are cowards.
See, That's why the captain is in the power core. Captain's in the bridge that, pokes up above everything.
Fucker.
I mean, we did establish that there were lifeboats before.
Yeah, were.
Yeah, because you put everyone on them and then jettison them into the sea.
Oh. Huh.
Alright, we have to
So-
leave this fucking ship.
So we'll let you chew on that for a bit.
Alright.
We turn to you guys. So you guys are in this underground chamber where you've just fought to the death one of these giant spider robots. You can still hear other titans and robots moving about through the caves. Poover valiantly dived inside with a keg of explosives and
My
threw
last
it into
one.
the core and detonated it while still inside. And the spider tank collapsed upon him. And you guys have just finished digging him out of the rubble.
Well,
You do notice something interesting about the spider tank as you are clawing apart the pieces of it and rescuing your friend from it. It carries your seal.
huh. That's strange. I guess someone will be paying that on me now.
Yeah, maybe it's a frame job. Didn't he say that he was only doing it to hurt you?
Something like that. Make me feel things. Something like that. I'm not sure how many more of those we can take. I think we're out of explosives and...
I think a number between 0 and 0 would be about right.
How many do you reckon are still around? How many of your people, Marilla?
I think there's probably usually about like 100 people in each community. They found some dead ones and we have like 42. Found a bunch of dead ones actually.
Can we pull as many as we can to this chamber and I can start digging?
Yeah. Can I just like quickly check through places that like other people wouldn't be able to get through, just like see if there's other people in here?
Just kind of flow through the porous rocks.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you guys have some like very thin tunnels that you use as like emergency routes that other people couldn't get through.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that.
That sounds like look closely.
Oh yeah, hey. What is it closely?
Sense.
Sense. Awesome. That's not damaged and my highest stat.
You're made to be a scout.
That's rough.
I mean, I got a 7, so technically a success.
As with question street, one of them you'll find out the hard way.
On a dice tray.
Okay, give me all 3 questions and I'll give you all 3 answers.
Are any of my people still down here? Is it actually a trap to lure us into a specific place where they are? And what would be the best way to get them out, I guess?
Okay. Are any of your people still down here? Yes, there are pockets of resistance and survivors scattered all over. Some of them are holed up in caves trying to fend off the Titans the way the original group was. Other ones have more or less gone to ground and are trying to seep into small areas and crevices to hide. But there are people all over. Is it a trap? No, it is not a trap. It is an all-out massacre. They're just going through trying to kill people as much as they can. And you find this out the hard way when another drone burrows up through the ground next to you guys.
Okay.
And your last one, what is the best way to get them out?
Yeah.
Probably, the best way to get your people out is by moving through the rocks the way only your people can, and getting to the surface.
Okay. So I'm gonna need to gather everybody up and like tell them where to go basically. But you guys are still here and we need to get out too.
So the spider drone bursts up through the ground,
This is a spider just like the one we fought.
just like the one that you fought.
Yeah.
Yeah. and turns and swivels towards you guys. And we'll pivot back to Goblin King.
All right, we got to get Acerin into here, like
Okay.
away with us. So, I'm going to have. All right, I'm going to have maybe throw a powder keg bomb down to give me advantage, and I'm going to act against Acerin,
Okay.
which means I'll spend something to try and finish him. To like disable him. No, I don't want to disable him because that takes sense.
Plus wisdom, so they can become your friend.
I just want to remove him from here. I want to force him to retreat, I guess. And I have courage. Yeah, I'm gonna force him to rout with me.
Okay.
So maybe he's gonna blow a powder keg, maybe to like jar some sense into him.
Okay.
I'll mark that off of her. Because maybe if I distract him enough, he'll shake loose this nightmare that is his life.
And the price that you're paying?
I will damage my grace. So, big explosion, that happens, and I'll run up to Acerin and try to grab him and like throw him against a wall or something, and I'll just start slapping the shit out of him.
Okay.
To like get him into his senses, like, come on! This is madness! Wake up! So with courage, 12.
Ooh.
I finish him with a 10+.
Okay. So you will succeed, but we'll go through a little thing first.
Sure.
Okay. So you start smacking him repeatedly, just like
Yeah.
pounding him into the wall, punching him, beating him around, and he just goes dark. Like his complexion changes, his eyes cloud over. They fill in, the pupils go all black, and he just sort of takes it and looks at you and goes, "Oh, Goblin King.
Hey, buddy!
Goblin King, Goblin King. What are you doing?"
Well, were you not paying attention to that last little bit there?
"No, I was here. You have my full attention right
Did you like the part where I blew up this capital ship?
I gotta say, I did not. You know this isn't the best way to get what you want.
What do I want?
Freedom, retribution, justice for your people,
Man,
to
you
not be ground under the boot heels of the builders."
Man, you haven't spent any time learning who I am. I thought we were friends.
You can't.
I got a question for you. Feeling a little itchy? Feeling a twinge? Something going on in the back of your head there? Something weird? Something fun? Like music? Thinking about spicy food?
What are you getting at?
Don't worry about it. It's a fun surprise for later. I know what you love my surprises after that last one, right? With the water?
I tend to prefer predictability. Or should I say, inevitability.
Trust me. In your heart of hearts. You want a bit of the wild side. I can tell. I've been in your head after all. You let me in.
I think I know you better than you know me, Goblin King.
I don't know. I'm making an awful lot of this up as I go along.
I don't even know myself.
I believe that you really want justice. And I can give it to you, even though you deny it, even though you push against me. One day you'll come around to my line of thinking, and I'll still be here.
Maybe. But, yeah, I don't know. Spicy food. Try not to think about it too much.
And as this dialogue is going on, you're still smashing him, you're still hitting him, you're still.
I'm not trying to hurt him.
And you're succeeding in dazing him. He's getting a little clouded, a little out of it, but for right now, it's still very much the dragon that is there and speaking with you. You guys, should we pause?
Oh, we want to pause?
Yeah.
We're back.
Okay, so the intercom on the spider tank crackles to life. It goes, "Marilla, Juno, and Poover. It's me. It's Zane."
Talking from
Like-
the spider bot?
Yeah,
Okay.
like actually Zane. We don't have a lot of time. The dragon has its full attention somewhere else. Something must have really pissed him off.
I wonder what else could have been. Oh, Goblin King. So, quickly, what do we need?
You need to get the hell out of here.
Well, yeah.
I can stall the army for however long his attention is fixed somewhere else. But you need to be gone when he comes back.
That's the plan.
Alright.
Sorry.
Okay, let's do this. By the way, how do we deal with the dragon once he's back? Do you have any insight?
Oh God, there's so much, and we don't have a lot of time. I mean, if you really have two choices here. You can save Marilla's people, or we can have an in-depth conversation.
Okay, let's save those people.
All right. Yeah.
And Juno, Marilla, I just want you to know, if you get the chance, you take the shot.
Well, we'll see about that.
Okay. And then the spider tank burrows back into the ground.
Okay. Let's go.
It's good to know that he's still there.
Yes.
So, if we can lure the people here, now that we don't have to deal with the things for a while, we could potentially lure the other people here, right? If we had like a signaling device.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah. So let's quickly deal with the people while we still have the respite thing. And yeah. So what do we do? How do we do this?
Your people are. Is there any senses your people can are particularly good at? High frequency sound, low
Vibrations
frequency.
in the water, probably.
I can hook something up. I mean, we got this big giant beastie here. It's mostly scrap metal, but there's still lots of gears inside. I can do something with that.
Okay.
So I will use my new level up. I picked up
Ooh.
useful bits, and basically he's covered in armor. He's just grabbed because he's now like lost most of his fur and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use one of my useful to create a signaling device using the knowledge provided by Marilla to quickly get as many people here as possible.
Okay. Go for it.
So
Do you just do that, or do you roll?
I think I just do. It's just a useful. I'm paying a price
Okay.
basically to
All right.
try and.
So you manage to jury rig a contraption that starts tapping into the rocks in a super fast, super dense frequency that Marilla's people will pick up on. And it's almost like Morse code for rain folk. And it just beats out, SOS, come here, there's safety. And people start flowing in through every crevice and crack and porous surface, and then reforming in there. And this is your hometown, right?
Yeah.
So they'll recognize you. Like, oh, Marilla, you've come to save us.
Yes, we have a short respite. I'm also not sure how to pronounce that word.
This isn't really the time.
Before, we have a short respite, so let's go. We have our ship waiting nearish by. Unless it would be better for everyone to flee in different directions.
Well, I mean, again, like we talked about how that's basically just... I mean, even though your people can live underwater, it would be like swimming out into the ocean.
Right.
And also not good for them.
That too. Okay.
Right. So you're bringing all these people together, and you are knocking the sense out of the dragon, and he starts
Just open palm.
Yeah, he starts to twitch and shake and foam at the mouth.
We'll talk again. Don't worry. Sweet dreams.
Yeah, he goes pretty inert.
All right. Over my shoulder. We got to escape now.
And that bond that you had with the Saren that you had to flip away when he was controlled by the dragon, you can take that back.
Yes. He's real pissed about it, song.
Maybe so many bruises on his face. Falling on so many flights of stairs.
I'm going to change it from is a fan of mine to I saved him.
Okay.
Yeah. Previously, he was, kind of vague fan of yours. Now
It's like, I like that guy. It's like,
personally.
The Lich has wandered off down the hall. you can hear like cackling and electric discharge, and occasionally unlimited power.
Hey, Rich, it's time to bail.
What do you think I'm doing?
Are you gonna blow a hole open for me? Or are you teleporting?
I was just going to walk, but your ideas sound good.
You can do what you feel comfortable with. I'm just gonna run with this guy.
I don't care about the phylactery.
It's awesome. You should put a phylactery on a giant war machine.
Any particular direction?
Fucking waterway. Let's go towards the water.
Away, away.
He holds his hands out and just starts channeling massive blue fonts of power that twist and combine with his eldritch necrotic power into some kind of like spiraling corkscrew of arcane energy that just digs through the side of the ship.
Do I not have to like do the runaway set piece thing? Can we just leave?
Well, I'm pretty sure that in the set piece it allows. Oh no, there's time to go.
Yeah.
Let me just go up. Yeah, I mean the whole set piece is about you escaping. So I mean, like you've got to go through.
Okay, so I just know if the Lich was shortcutting me, giving me
Well,
a freebie.
that's your method of going through.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, we will try to get away.
Okay. Why don't you roll to get away?
Because my grace is damaged. That's why. I don't wanna.
If you only have some PC around.
Yeah, I have to roll with disadvantage. I don't even have booze. Booze ain't food.
I thought you said if only he had some PCP or.
Oh my god.
I mean,
I don't think we need Goblin King
Holy
on
shit.
drugs.
Alright, that would have been a 12, but it's an 8. So I got to choose one. I'm going to say I'm going to go. Do I have to bring Ace with
Take
me?
guy with you. Yeah.
Alright, I grab someone nearby and bring them with me.
Okay. So it is not quick,
It's not quiet.
and it's not quiet, and it's not safe.
That's fair.
What do you have left?
I have so much left.
Okay. I think the only thing that... Okay, so you are going to lose some gear as you go through.
What
that is
gear?
going to be the...
Do you not have any gear
It's
left?
all
You've got
gone,
some-
dude.
I think... Don't you still have some orc weapons left?
Oh shit, I've had orc weapons this whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
oh, Devin.
No, not my yo-yo.
That's
Alright.
really gone, man.
I'll blow up the skateboard, and I got the yo-yo. The yo-yo's the only one I got left.
Oh.
So you managed to drag a Saren with you, but you've got to ditch your skateboard in order to fit him through the narrow path that the Lich is carving for you. And yeah, it's going to take you some time to hook up with these guys.
Mm-hmm.
So, back to you guys. You've got everyone together. You're in the cave. You heard that like the sounds of like battle and stuff had momentarily stopped, but now they're rumbling back to life.
Okay, I think that's a cue. Let's go.
Yes. Will they know where to go if I don't go with them?
Where are they going?
To our ship. Because... Wait, no, did
We
you say
have
that
to-
was too far away too?
Well, you sent it away. I
Yeah.
assume that the same way you send it away, you can bring it back, or you had some plan to signal it to come
I mean,
back.
They'll be watching
Plus,
the spyglasses.
2 of us can fly,
Yeah.
and you can sort of teleport. I don't know if you have anything left for that, but
So if you gave them instructions, I mean, when they see the big ship start to go down, maybe they
Yeah.
know to come back.
Okay, yeah.
Well, when the capital ship blows up.
Yeah.
They're like, probably a good idea to head back.
if not, I can. Poover can also jury a radio or something.
Okay, so yeah, in which case, they should go topside. Like, they should go there and I'll stay with these guys because then they're all alone with just the 2 of them.
Okay. So the
Yeah,
plan is
unless, like,
for
that would be
all of the
dangerous.
survivors to go up to the top.
Yeah. Oh, go the direction that we're telling them to go.
Go to the top
Avoid
of
the
the island
mines,
where
I
the
guess.
big ships going.
Yeah, like I'm wondering, like, should I go with them to keep them safe, or will they be fine? I don't want
You
to
can
just
just take them
abandon-
with you to your ship.
Okay.
And hell, they can help. I've got to be digging a tunnel, but I'm sure that your people can assist in broadening it out and pulling out the stuff.
I should do. I have infinite strength
Do you?
and orc smash.
She's an orc. She's
Oh,
infinite
that's right.
strength. She'd be really useful here.
So you're making a tunnel? Is
Yeah.
your plan?
Pick up the
Yeah,
spear
yeah. If necessary, use a gadget to speed it up or slow these things down.
like
If that's the thing.
Okay. So you're doing the tunnel to where?
I'm trying to get basically above the water, or and I want to once we get out of the water, out of the thing, I'm basically going to we can fly to the ship or something.
So
And
what?
I don't think the mer people are going to be terribly concerned
Okay.
with drowning. So
So what to give the island?
You want to get to the top of the island?
Yes.
Is your plan. So you're tunneling upwards. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all I needed to know. Do you need to roll anything to tunnel, or you just tunnel?
no, I
right?
just tunnel.
You just tunnel.
It's a read the ability that I thought was going to become fairly useless, but it's definitely not this game.
Okay.
somewhere your wang's a bridge.
That would be pretty impressive.
No one has ever interpreted it that way but you.
So you tunnel upwards, and everyone follows along. You can use your people as scouts to kind of like poke through crevices and see where titans and spider monsters are coming from and avoid that way. And you guys eventually breach onto the surface of the island, where you can see the flotilla is rapidly departing, and the capital ship is listing and tilting in the water and starting to slowly come down on you. Large chunks of flaming debris and pieces of wreckage are breaking off of it and falling into the water and onto the island.
Water is coated in animal gristle.
Looks at the carnage and basically says something in Old Brockfolk, roughly translated into common, comes out as "Goblin King gonna Goblin King."
It's coming right for us.
And speaking of Goblin King, in one of the hulls of the ship that's off to the side of you, you see a huge explosion and burst of blue energy and sparks, and then a beam, like I described before, flies across and starts tunneling into the other side of the ship. And you hear a mad, evil cackling.
Well, someone's full of power.
Uh-oh.
Full of himself.
And little, at first you think that they're goblins. They're climbing out around the hole and they're tumbling down and they're falling into the water. But later, once you see like a closer view of them, they're all deformed and maimed and lurching and sort of sputtering about and doggy paddling through the water or limply pulling themselves along the island. And they're all pallid and more whitish green than green now.
Goblins are sand colored.
Okay. I'm sorry. I
It's no
assume.
problem. Maybe these ones were green before they died.
Also,
Sickly.
goblins aren't the same species.
I know,
so-
but the ones I usually hang out with are sandy.
Anyway,
Then they have a faint purplish hue to them. You see freedom.
Alright, we escape.
Okay. So you just jump down? I mean, I
Just
suppose
into
you,
the water.
I suppose you can because you're like aqueous.
I'm Aquaman.
So you jump out and float down into the water, and the Lich stops channeling his power and slowly descends, levitating in the air.
Do I see the group anywhere?
You see the group with about 100, 150 rain people on the surface of the island, huddled together on one of the shores.
Alright, I'll be standing on the surface of water and glide over to them, and then once I get close to it, the ground I'm on will raise up, being an octopus tentacle, and just place me on the shore.
we should probably good job. We should probably get moving with the people here before that thing comes down on our heads.
I hope you all had as much fun as we did.
I have Ace run over my shoulders like a log.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, let's go.
So he has a Saren, the once elf, strung over his shoulders. A Saren is looking very sickly. He's twitching. He's foaming at the mouth. He's convulsing.
Oh.
Oh, and I brought one of the Titans with me, who's my friend.
Wasn't he on the bridge?
I mean, he's
Or
with
the
us
surface?
now. No, we came in because we could get
Right,
in with
we
him,
did.
and he could kung fu fight.
Yeah, and chasing Goblin King is one of the Titans. I mean, not actually
Yeah,
chasing him.
no,
He's with you. Yeah.
Right? Shall we? Oh, I don't know. Go?
Yeah,
there's no one
else coming out of that boat. Okay.
So,
We start moving on to the water, I guess.
Yeah.
So you see your boat hauling in towards you, full steam,
Yeah.
dodging through the debris and wreckage to get close to you. Above you, the capital ship is cracking and bending and looming down.
This guy's just coated with gulls.
I guess we should just go out to meet it so we don't get crushed.
Yep, everyone on board. So we pack everybody on and
two of us fly, so.
How'd it go, Arla?
I mean, we got
Village
a lot of
saved?
people out. Most of it, yeah.
Alright. That's good. Worth it.
Zane tried to set it up so that Juno would be blamed for the massacre.
Yeah, Juno. That's the guy we heard was behind this. There was a whole big announcement. He said he was going to exterminate our village as a sign of a blow towards the builders. Man, if I ever meet that guy.
Yeah, that was a lie. Grand Architect Zane was trying to frame our buddy here. For political reasons.
well, it was actually the dragon underneath the world
Also
or something.
builders, right?
With Zane, at this point, it's not so much, not just political, it's personal.
Yeah.
Heartfully heat.
Alright, and we're back. So we got offered a reward for saving this community, and we picked Halfling Hospitality, which gave us a gear option for our playbooks, and now I have all of the orc gear options.
Orc.
I am now scary as hell.
You've self-actualized.
I am completely self-orctualized.
So your boat is... Well, I guess it's not very crowded because you guys have the other boats that you can go back to, right?
Yeah.
And other reasons.
I guess. Is that still around? That's nice.
And other reasons.
Well, where were they?
Just gonna start deleting companions from my sheet.
Where was who?
The other ships.
I don't know. I guess they were around.
Yeah.
I don't
They
think-
never got ruined, so we still have them.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
long.
you can quarter people in your big builder ship then, as well.
That's great.
Okay. So the rain people are extremely grateful. They're a little confused at first because they were under the impression that they were under attack by Juno, but you guys quickly cleared that up for them. And since you guys are the ones who rescued them, they're
Inclined to believe
inclined to
us.
believe you.
It was my plan all along.
Oh my gosh, imagine.
False flag. Next on InfoWars, sponsored by the Grand Architect.
Architect Zane. Brain Force.
And this would also probably qualify as proof for the crew at this point.
Oh yeah, that
if
we're
you wanted
not.
that.
It's obviously that we didn't start this, siege with my emblems and everything.
Yeah, like the other guys. They needed proof that Juno was bad or that we were good. Because, or sorry, Zane. God damn, everyone's doing it now.
I mean, turns out I'm the overlord here.
Well, I mean, like either one would work in a pinch because you prove one, you kind of prove the other one.
Yeah.
So if you come in with survivors and evidence that Zane is attacking a community and trying to pin it on Juno, that's
Yeah.
pretty good evidence that he's up to something no good.
Yeah.
Huzzah. Okay. I think with our community saved, we can go to the elves and find a way to deal with the dragon. Is that the plan?
Are we going to do a rest here?
You need
What's
to be
the
rested
other
in
guy?
community.
In a community.
Oh, okay.
We had a community that we could have rested at any time. It's gone now.
Well, hopefully the elves will still be around and we'll be able to rest there. That's like a more productive time.
Okay. So you guys are sailing off towards the elves. Does anyone remember what the island was called?
It was called Ishintar Island.
Hey, did the Lich get an extra stat from what happened back there?
You really should.
I don't know. Like, I'm asking in case you told me and I forgot.
I don't think he did. What are his stats right now?
Dark Bargain, a natural eldritch power, and minions.
I mean, it's not like unnatural, power.
A natural eldritch power times 2.
Just call it unlimited power.
There you go. You change the name.
Yeah, change it from unnatural eldritch to unlimited.
Contextual change.
Okay, so you guys are setting sail. That sounds like a long journey.
Sure.
I got my shit kicked in up there.
Acerin is, once you get him onto the ship, he stops twitching and foaming and seems to recover slightly. By whatever deity we believe in. Well, what are you going to do to me now?
Well, we freed you. I freed you.
Freed me? From what?
The dragon? He turned you into a puppet?
Yeah, he takes over sometimes when he's got to
You gotta look in the
do
mirror.
like a something a bit more hands-on. Well, that's only because I failed him.
Yeah, bosses don't do that when you fail people usually.
Sounds like an abused.
It's a healthy work environment dynamic.
Yeah, but there's a lot of opportunity for upward growth.
Oh yeah, and not to mention committing the horrendous acts of genocide.
Not to mention.
Plus, he was gonna make you die on that ship. So it seems like your usefulness to him has ended.
Yeah, if I go back there, I'm hosed.
Why not join us? Overthrow him. Plenty of opportunity for upward growth. I recently had some positions clear out in my organization.
Just to make this clear, you knew what was going on there.
Yeah, I was well aware.
Yeah, we established this last time. He wasn't being mind controlled. He's just a jerk.
So just sort of look over at Morella, and look over at Juno, because there's no point looking at the Goblin King. He doesn't care.
No, I made.
You
a
guys are both
conscious
cool with this.
choice.
It's up to it's you. You're the two kind of people who are. It's up to you. He kind of gives you that. Okay,
So
whatever
long
you
as-
want.
Are we trying to win a popularity contest, or are we trying to win a war? Because I made a conscious choice to let all my people die to save him.
I think we're actually trying to win both of those things. Because to win the war, he needs to win a popularity contest.
I'm not sure that's how it works with wall builders.
that is actually exactly how Peter decided it works.
I'm aware.
But also, I don't care. It really does suck that all your people were slaughtered. He seems like he would be important because he has a lot of information.
Yeah, that's why I did it.
Exactly. So
Yeah, but a
he's
good
here
reasons
now.
to keep
It's
me
already
alive.
done. We didn't spend 10 hours arguing whether we should save him and right in front of him like we normally do in games. So it's over with.
Yeah, I saw that he was valuable and useful to the cause and a source of information, and I pulled the trigger on it.
Well, if he betrays us next time, then we'll deal with that. Otherwise, I think it's fine.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be doing that.
Yeah, I don't think either. But
Self-interest is a powerful thing.
remember that, little town we went to where everyone betrayed us? We'll see.
Do you mean his people?
No, my people.
They
Oh.
were,
The one with
they were
I
betraying us. They were working to stop us from doing a thing because of builders. Because of betrayal, that's working in your own self-interest.
I didn't like the fact of what happened there. with the obvious exception of one particular former Brockfolk who will remain unnamed, but they thought they were acting in the best interest of the world.
If you don't name him, how do we know who you're talking about?
Well, we were there.
It's some guy. His name's Rosef.
So, but this one over here purposely went out to completely remove Horace from existence.
Well, one of our villages, and it's my village, don't get me wrong, I'm pretty fucking pissed about it. But our only options are to either kill him or let him go. So, I'm pretty sure we're gonna keep him.
You know, it's a weird situation when the Brockfolk is making a comment. Didn't they have to be Sabiner?
Well, those are the two options. What are we gonna do? Lock him in solitary confinement? That's worse than just killing him.
Shaking his head.
See, he agrees.
I may the offended party, but just making the point.
Yeah, but, war requires compromise.
Orby is happy to see you again.
Oh, hey, cool.
He's bouncing around.
Oh, yeah, I'm hanging out with him. I like that.
Yeah.
I like
Super
that he's
glad I left you on the ship. Also meet your big brother.
My name is Katie.
Yes.
I'm gonna call this one Gigas. Small builder for giant.
So we've all decided the elf lives. Elf
yeah,
lives.
yeah, welcome.
Is he saying that in character?
He's saying
Oh my
that
god,
character. That's him.
Yeah, I decided that when I took you off the boat. Do you think any of these three could possibly stop me from keeping you alive?
No, Goblin
No.
King, you're unstoppable. You're the best. You're a titan amongst humanity, people,
See?
everyone.
He's all about self-interest. My character doesn't believe in jail, by the way.
Neither does Goblin
No,
King.
of course not.
Like, if he gets thrown into a
Well-
jail, he'll just walk right through the bars. He'll phase through as if it wasn't there. He'll disbelieve like in Mage the Awakening.
You believe in the door? Remember? It wasn't you, it was one of our roommates.
Oh, yeah.
If you didn't mind, I've got to go take a quick look at the ship, and then I've got to pluck spend about 6 hours plucking burnt fur off me hide.
I was wondering what that smell was.
I'm pretty sure I crapped my pants when I got stabbed.
Fucking lord.
So you're taking a bond with Acer and Devon?
I already have a bond. I saved his life. That's the bond. He's now my companion. I own him. Also, Gigas, the Titan.
We'll give you their stats when we
Shit
get
at me later.
I am 100% picturing him as the golems from Minecraft.
Alright. I was thinking the Studio Ghibli ones, which they're kind of based on.
They're definitely based on the Studio Ghibli.
Which are based on the robots from the old Superman rotoscope cartoons. That's where Godzilla came from, too. The Max Fleischer cartoons.
But I guess we'll just move into your long journey. And I will go first. I will set a scene for Goblin King. So Goblin King.
I'm covered in corruption damage.
Yeah. The mermaids and the dolphins are holding a funeral service for the whales.
Aww.
And also the goblins. They're doing a little vigil. And they're a little bit... You get the vibe that some of them kind of want you to say something, but some of them kind of feel like you should just stay away. Because there's a lot of, like, scuttlebutt going around that you just flung people to their deaths as you saw fit, mercilessly throwing them into the grinder, commanding whales to beach themselves,
Oh, yeah.
no regard for their own self-interest. And the dolphins and the mermaids really like the whales, so that's not sitting
It wasn't
super
just
well with
dolphins, it
them.
was other sea creatures, too.
Yeah.
Make no mistake.
So that's your sitch. You got
Sure.
a little bit of mutiny in the
None of
ranks.
the dolphins.
Yeah, I'll walk up to that.
Okay.
They're doing a service for the whales. I'll join the funeral service for the whales. I'm assuming there's going to be a portion where they start talking about the goblins.
Yeah, the mermaids are talking about the goblins.
Yeah, I guess this is happening in the water. I'm assuming we're all doggy paddling.
Sure.
Yeah. Probably have water
hard to look
wings.
dignified. When
I
you're
probably have water
paddling.
wings. I can see a lot of people here are pretty torn up about how torn up my people were.
There's just dead silence to that.
And it bears reminding to those of you who aren't what the wall builders label goblins, that while I'm sure they'd appreciate the kindness and the empathy you're showing as if they were one of you, they weren't. Which is the kind of the crux of the whole problem. Goblins don't do funerals. Goblins don't remember the dead. We eat our dead. It's a gift to each other. Every goblin you've ever met was born to die, and they're happy about it. Because they know when they stop thinking, they go nowhere. They just cease existing. And on some level, I know that those of you who aren't goblins have a lot of trouble dealing with that because of your own mortality and your own ideas about the afterlife. But take comfort in knowing that even though we know we go nowhere when we die, and that life is meaningless except for the moment, every single one of your friends you remember continues to live on inside your own memories. And will continue to do so as you go on living on your lives that they gave theirs for. We don't kill for sport. We don't make destruction for waste. We try to venerate the actions we take for a larger purpose. It's very fitting that the non-goblins here are venerating the sacrifice they made because it wasn't meaningless.
Right, there's some murmurs throughout the crowd. They more or less accept that.
It is how it is. I'm not gonna lie to them and tell them they went to a magical fantasy land.
They don't stop the remembrance ceremony for the goblins, though.
No, but that was not the intent at all. It's for them.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Like, even though you were like, goblins are born to die, they're kind of like, okay, well, we're still...
I would hope that I got across. I was trying to say that this is more for them to remember their fallen friends or things that they liked that died.
I mean, that's what all funerals.
Yeah, but I was trying to
Yeah.
get that across.
I know. To be clear, even though my people are almost goblin, we're not. We do have souls and shit and can come back from the dead
Yeah.
and
Okay.
be
Most
ghosts.
Like
Yeah.
most things.
Yeah, like we're on the outskirts of society, but we're not goblins.
Well then, Goblin King, set up a seat for someone else.
Okay. I am going to set up a seat for Poover. There are Brockfolk on the ship, like people I brought with me, people you brought with me, the ghosts. They want to take time out of the voyage to like have a day where they're not working for some sort of cultural celebration that's starting to cross through. One of those every 10-year things. One of those every year or every 10-year things. Like an obscure thing.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
And the conflict is either embracing it, having fun with it, doing roleplay with it, or, be like, hey guys, we can't really stop for the Sabbath.
No, we have days where, yeah, there's days and celebrations and stuff. It's a little hard to pull off, but on ship they would probably have the traditional sort of gathering activity of massive digging and seeing who can dig the longest tunnel. Not going to work too well on board a ship, as you might imagine.
Plus, your entire culture is based around doing your job, basically. So it seems like that kind of thing would already have a solution within your culture. Like you would take shifts doing it or something.
We do have shifts and stuff like that. But yeah, we have it down in the holds. They'll because you don't do this sort of thing above decks. So a bunch of the Brock folk get together and they have You hear horrendous wailing from the bladder, the doom bladders, aka bagpipes.
Yeah.
And dances, which are probably not meant to be. A couple pick and ritual fights and stuff like that, and they just sort of lock themselves away. Not really. Anyone can really join them. They just make sure the door is closed when the ceremony's on, because that's how rock folk live traditionally in a really tightly confined burrow. So we'll just make sure someone, one of the non-rock folk engineers, know like enough to yell if something weird goes on.
Well, you've got the ship's crew now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, they obviously know how to run and maintain the ship.
Yeah.
So they can pitch in and handle that for you.
So, Poover will come down if he's afraid there's not. Booze is a little bit light, but we do have we don't have much booze, but that's basically, or food. At least Poover doesn't, but I don't know what the ship stores are like.
I'm sure there's booze on hand.
Yeah, we'll break out a little bit. A token tipple.
You didn't set up a scene for someone else.
Juno.
Juno.
I am curious to know. We probably now have a chunk of ex-crew of
Yes, Nicole?
Just let it go. Don't talk.
of ex-crew of Zane.
Yep.
And they would probably be kind of interested in knowing a little bit more about the why you rebelled and what's really going on with Zane now that they're kind of willing to sort of believe it. And it would sort of make sense that they would eventually come up to you now there's no immediate danger and kind of ask.
Yeah, you're in your quarters
Yeah.
one night, and you hear a knock on your door.
No, I welcome them, and once they explain that they're interested in learning more about my motivation, I guess, and they explain that Zane started this by assuming that he's ruling this whole little archipelago we have, and
But I mean, effectively, don't you?
well, we have to share it with everybody else. We can't really just control everything because there's only so many builders compared to everyone else.
Yeah, but I mean, you're talking. Come on, like we know the score here, right? I mean, you guys might have a soft touch, but your hand is on the rudder.
Yeah, but he started to demolish everything without consulting with the people affected, and I guess putting people that opposed it the knife, and that didn't really sit well with me. If we want to start dismantling this whole operation, we should at least consult the people that will be affected, like the rain people, the mermaids, and what have you, rather than unilaterally deciding that this is what's happening. So to have a more diplomatic approach to this.
So, is what he's saying about magic existing outside the walls a lie?
Yes, it doesn't exist outside of the wall. It's only contained here because there's a dragon beneath the world, apparently. As we found out.
There's a what behind the what?
A dragon underneath the world. Started explaining the whole situation and set up. And so, yeah. There's only magic where there's dragons around, and there's only one of them. So, if we would break the whole thing, the magic would flee from here, and so on and so on. So, we can't let people die this way.
That's an awful lot to take in.
That's a lot.
Yes.
I mean, apart from the dragon part, that's kind of what everyone already thought, wasn't
Yeah, but I mean, I assume you're telling them the whole thing, like
Yeah.
dragon
Yeah.
down there, mind controlling Zane. That's why this is going on.
Yeah, pretty much. I can be honest with them.
Okay.
If, now they're in deep. They can't leave. God's whole truth. Ah. Okay then. What to do with Marilla?
Well, I know that my people are definitely going to be having like some kind of grieving ceremony for our dead people, because there were a bunch of dead people.
Yeah, so that plus
I
I guess they could also be looking for guidance like, oh, where should they set up next? Because, well, their home got destroyed and, you know, a giant ship is capsized on top of it, so that's unusable. So where will they go next, Marilla? Someone has to guide them, and you're the most competent one.
Although you hesitated there. Well, I know that we were going to get the merfolk and stuff to set up a kind of day spa in that half-sunken boat because it's not part of the ocean, so they can go there to be safe. So my people could also go there, but then that's putting a lot of eggs in one basket. So that's a little... What's up?
Oh, I was going to suggest there's a small island off the coast of Cambrai, I think it was called, where the badgers fled to. And it's not the greatest place normally, but it's, you know, it's mostly uninhabited.
But you need like a cave system, so you need like a solid, bigger island, I suppose.
Oh, hey, bitches! They should all live in the library. Like, not in the library, but like in the surrounding area.
That's a better idea.
Yeah, right? No one can find them there. It's
With all
impossible.
the ghosts.
There's 7 ghosts. I'm sure it's fine.
And you encountered 7 ghosts.
Plus, also, the librarian's our friend.
And the library goes, no, stay away, you'll get my books wet.
I'll use my thing. My future telly thingy.
Oh.
Future history.
Ooh,
That's good.
Burn your resource.
I'll burn that to be like, yeah. Something, they can go live there now.
They will go live there.
Yeah. They'll be like caretakers and stuff. Plus, it doesn't have cave systems. It has all those like roots and stuff, which are basically cave systems.
Yeah. That's a
Nice
safe
little
place.
area, and they'll be able to get through and stuff because of stuff. Presumably, the librarian knows that it's coming because this was a future vision thing.
I told you it'll happen.
Yeah.
As much as I hate it, this will happen.
Away on the island, this is the librarian's closing a book. God damn it.
I mean, it could have been much worse.
It was much worse. We got rid of Lich.
It could have been goblins.
That too.
They eat books.
My people just eat like seaweed and like kind
That's
of
what half of the books are made out of.
of.
She now needs to put it in little plastic covers. Marilla, set something up for Zane.
Oh shit. So the dragon just lost Aetherin. How's he dealing with that? We just stole something from him.
Yeah.
The dragon goes, Zane, stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
So Zane is standing in a tide pool. In front of him, you see the 3 golems from the last time we panned to him. The giant beast with the fists of fire, the 4-armed black figure with scythes for lower limbs, and the marble statue with the rifle. And he's saying, "So it seems Issarin has failed us, as we more or less expected he would. The time has come for you to go and do what he could not. Remember, well, at first we wanted to hurt them. Now we have to simply stop them. There's no more time to play games." All of them must die. Goblin King, Juno, Poover, Marilla. No hesitation, no mercy. This is getting entirely out of hand. Don't fail me as a Saren failed me. And then he waves his hand and they take off.
Pom pom pom.
Okay, and you guys are back on your boat. And before you, you see the floating city of Ishintar. Ishintar is like... It's like a giant city that's like almost like the extension of the Aztec floating gardens, where there's like a giant central pyramid that's stepped up, that has housing and dwellings and government districts and whatever, and then various like docks that come off of it. And then vast swaths of it are just floating on pontoons and patties, and they harvest things from the sea. And all elves have gills, so they swim in and out of the water. The city is just like built on top of the ocean, so that people can walk out and just drop off into the sea.
Nice.
For some reason, I thought this would be an abandoned island.
Yeah, I expected it to be more ruinous, but I guess that's good.
Yeah, now we have actual people we can talk
Well,
to.
maybe the ruined part is like beneath us or something.
So you guys didn't send out any like warning you were coming or anything like that, right? You're just strolling up. I don't care. Do whatever you want.
I'm asking the group, not you.
I straight up was expecting it to be an abandoned place. I thought they got wiped out because they figured out how to beat mind control. I was expecting a ruined island.
I'll tie a bunch of letters or flags around some seagulls, and I'll send them out. It's like a flock of seagulls with, like, I don't know, pirate flags or goblin builder flags will, like, arrive.
What do they say?
They're pictographic.
Okay.
Goblin King is here.
Like, imagine, like, whatever the builder symbol is, but, like, covered in, like, I don't know, blood. And with, like, a piratey design to it, and, like, goblin-y teeth all over it. I'll put a bunch of my teeth in them. Like, I'll sew my teeth into all of them. They grow back.
I was picturing just, the symbol for the builder, the symbol for a boat, an arrow, and like a heart to let them know that we were friends.
Yeah, but just covered in teeth, too. I have rows of them.
We get back, there's like cannons all firing and like munitions are lined up.
Why does the heart have teeth? That's so gross.
Damn your literacy, Charlie.
Okay. So there is definitely a delegation waiting for you then. An armed delegation. There is an emissary out front. He's wearing robes on his lower half, but then his top half is just painted with traditional tribal paint. And behind him there are 6 elven warriors with traditional spears, just waiting for you to come in.
We docking.
Are you docking with all the boats or just with your boat?
I guess.
We need to resupply everything.
Yeah.
We need to fully repair this situation.
Okay, because your like big boat is huge.
Well, it can park out there.
Yeah, it's not going to dock, but it'll
Okay.
like parallel park and send out runners.
Okay.
Send out supply ropes and stuff so that people can like haul stuff across.
Okay.
So hi there. I'm Architect Juno Alderon, and this is my crew: Goblin King, Marilla, Poover, and the rest.
Architect Juno Alderon. I have heard of you. You send an interesting way of announcing your presence. And he like holds up the little flag at a distance. Says, I would have expected something different from a builder.
Well, Goblin King has his ways, and he's the one that comes.
I was gonna say, isn't he the communications officer?
It's interpretive. You're supposed to interpret it through your own perspective.
Brought with
Hence why
like
they
a
brought-
seagull covered in
Hence why
fungus.
they're armed.
Actually, if you haven't
You're
heard of
supposed to
me,
find... Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. You're supposed to find your own meaning in it.
I suppose if you haven't heard of me, you have heard of Goblin King. So
Oh, we've heard of all of you.
there we go.
I hope you're not bringing trouble with you.
I don't know. I don't think we've been followed.
I can't say I'm pleased to hear that.
Why?
Oh, wait, what did you say? I might have misheard you.
He said he doesn't think we've been followed.
Oh, I thought you said, I think that will be the fallout.
Well, that got dark. Yes, we brought certain doom. If you're getting put the sword, so come with us. It will be fun. I'm just kidding.
You don't live here anymore.
Attention, this is the Builders. We're going to do something to your island and you won't be able to live here anymore. You must leave now.
We have a shitload of refugees and need supplies to before we go out.
Well, we're always open to trade. My people have chosen not to take a particular stance on this whole Juno, Zane, builder, architect conflict. So we favor neither side.
It's a little bit more complicated than that. There's a lot of mind control going
Do I
on.
want to know?
You just side with the Autobots like everyone else would.
I mean, there's a reason why we came here. Because of your Mighty City's long history of crafts and dealing with things bigger than life.
Yes, we have a rich tradition.
Is there a leader of your people? I don't know how your people's governments work.
Don't look at me, they're elves.
You're kind of the closest thing because...
Didn't you pick the option to be the guy who commands lore about elves too?
No, I
He just
took
has
my...
fellowship with them.
He just has fellowship with them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I took the foreign exchange with the dragons.
Of course, he also has, yes, my liege, and the one that, the
Oh,
hospitality one, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. These
They're,
guys have to kiss his
They're a
ass.
republic.
What does that mean exactly?
It means they're totally down with slavery.
They have a constitution and all.
The only time I remember the word republic is from Star Wars, and
It means that certain people get 3/5 of a vote.
Yeah. It's a very lopsided form of democracy.
Yeah. I just assumed, I guessed all that. I don't actually know what a republic is. I know Plato likes to talk about it. Little bitch.
Well, why don't we discuss it over dinner?
Let's.
I totally made a Plato's Republic reference too, because he told the story of the Gygus ring that turns you invisible.
What?
When I named the Titan Gygus, Plato had a parable about Atlantis, about the ring of Gygus that turned people invisible, and these people were a republic, the Republic of Plato, Atlantis. We kind of just independently.
Well, and there's a whole water theme that.
Yeah, we sort of just independently kind of crossed those lines this session.
Crossing the streams.
Oh, I could eat.
Yes. Is this all that will be disembarking?
Well, I suppose.
For now, if you're not too indisposed, I think some of the crew who can would be
Surely.
would be interested coming up. But I didn't know. I didn't want to impose too much if that's a imposition upon your city.
Well, like I said, we are open to traders and merchants and people who come our way. It's just we've heard certain rumors about your crew and its composition. And we would appreciate if you would conduct yourselves in a dignified manner.
Look at what Goblin King.
I'm just gonna whisper aloud. It's not about the Lich, they're talking about my people.
Yeah, so
They don't know shit about the Lich.
Stop saying.
Well, I think some of our composition changed recently, so there isn't as many goblins, if that's what you're implying.
I would never imply.
Yeah, you better not, because that's the Goblin King.
Hey, the Goblin King.
He doesn't,
The is part of it.
he doesn't take kindly to racism.
Yeah, he takes pretty kindly to it. He doesn't, get violent about it.
I'm awfully accommodating about the genocide.
Well,
But
should
yeah, we're
I?
gonna have our crew disembark for shore leave. That's happening. Lordy, do they need a break? I still have like a stab gun wound that hasn't fixed itself. I don't know what's wrong with that.
Well, maybe you
Really?
should see
What is
yourself
this
to
thing?
the
How?
apothecary.
I don't know. What's his name? Acerine stabbed me, and it just won't heal. I've stuck all sorts of things in it.
That shouldn't even be hurting you.
Yeah, it hurts like hell.
There's an open gut wound that's just bleeding. That's why I've been doing it for days.
That's not normal. Didn't you get squishy like me?
Yeah, I did.
Splash my hand on the counter, it goes through.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should see a doctor about that.
I've loaded it full of like rotting fish meat and it hasn't even healed up.
I don't know, that doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough about goblin physiology to argue it.
Or enough about fish leaf.
Stuff enough goblins in there, and eventually the hole patches itself up.
Will you be needing an escort while you're here?
Well, I don't expect any trouble here.
Yeah, I'll find my own way.
Goblins going their own way.
He's trying to be so diplomatic about the fact that he doesn't want us just wandering around the place.
Then I'll leave you to your own devices, and I will see you with, or I'll leave you with directions to the villa, and I'll see you there this evening.
Perfect. Great. So, what do you want to do here?
Take,
A fucking rest.
Yeah.
Do a rest action and recover.
have some food.
Please tell me the rest action's good.
The apothecary sound awfully nice right now.
Yes.
So I guess we should maybe pause and prepare a little downtime.
Oh,
That's
thank
also-
Christ! Yeah, we just heal everything in a week. We settle
then-
down here for
And
a
then we
week.
find out that all 3 places of power have been
Ah.
completely destroyed by... And
Whatever.
the game's over.
Okay, so
I mean,
We got a week though, right?
Yeah.
We're definitely taking a rest.
Does our gear and shit?
Yeah, everything refreshes.
Everything?
Even your companions from your gear options.
I will... Can anyone read it out? Oh, there we go. A little
Recover's very small. It's 3 lines. You want
down.
to pause?
Sure, pause.
Oh yeah.
All right, we're back.
Okay. So you guys have decided to take advantage of this community and rest and recover
take advantage. That sounds so bad.
and do a little downtime. So everyone is going to set their own scene, and then I am going to complicate it for you.
Okay. So I guess I can start. Where Juno decided to hone his craft and use his hand of silver to make a powerful artifact in this island. This seems to be the perfect place for it. So he starts, researching the old lore of the elves and working with them to craft. I think it's something like a bow, or perhaps maybe we'll nail down the exact details later. But yeah, I'm going to remove an emotion for myself, hate, and also pick that it can never be used by mortal hands unless great tragedy occurs, as my price to pay for my hand of silver, and make that, weave it together into something.
Why?
Because I need to pay.
No, I mean, why do you want to remove hate from yourself so badly?
Because I need to pay a great price. So either I can make it pinnacle of my craft, meaning I won't be able to make anything like this ever again, or I have to pay an emotion, or I have to remove something beautiful from this world so it will never be seen again.
I thought the point of the
No.
artifact was to remove
No.
the emotion of hate from yourself, and I'm like,
No.
okay.
No.
This bow will remove hate from everyone I shoot with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fine. Whatever.
Who helps you in this endeavor?
Probably some elder elf from this village that maybe they lived long enough that they were actually crafting something like that in their youth or what have you. So something like that.
Okay.
So that's my scene. Who wants to go next?
My scene is really is pretty simple too, because now that Poover finally has a little bit of time and quiet, and the ship's not moving, and he has access to supplies, he's going to actually use one of his ideas he's been kicking around for a while, and he is going to build himself a prosthetic eye. Using...
Probably also basing stuff off of Orbeez design.
Yeah, I think that's...
Yeah, but smaller.
This is your mini you.
Yeah, we'll use... copies down some stuff from Orbeez design, is like carefully tracing these things, and is going to invent a prosthetic using Brilliant Inventor. I have to... it's going to be basically the eye is primarily going to be used as a hacking device.
Yes.
Okay.
That's at least the thought. We'll work it out at the end because that takes a little time.
So,
to...
what do you pay to make
It's like you
it?
want to like disrupt other
Technology?
golems or whatever.
Other technology, especially builder tech, because
Yeah.
we've been fighting a golem every like week.
Yeah.
So I am going to kick on that it is prosthetic and it can never be used anyone but my character. And the second thing will it does require some fuels that are kind of difficult to run with, so I can only use it twice per rest.
Inject fuel into
Alcoholic
your eye.
eye drops.
No, if it was, that would be easy. This stuff uses like builder sigils and other like semi-magical stuff to be powered. So it's not really, I only have a limited supply of those, and those can't be. So it can only be used twice before it has to be recharged.
Okay. What went wrong when you were making it?
It's an excellent question.
Scar up your face.
Poover blind himself in his other eyes. Now he's only got the prosthetic working.
No man, like fucking scar up your face. You have like a bald like scar running down your face now.
Yeah, he never had time to go and do as much proper like fixing of his fur. So when he was doing all this building and stuff, and so he's got some. He looks pretty nasty now. The fur never really grows back. Is that appropriate?
Sure. I'm just asking.
I need to answer the thought. Okay then.
Makes sense to be pretty unsettling too.
Yeah.
Who's next?
During my rest time, I don't know what the hell elves eat. Are they vegetarian?
These elves? No.
Okay.
They eat a lot of fish, though. Or
Okay.
maybe, like, what do you say? Pescatarian?
Fish ain't meat.
I think that's the word.
Yep.
It sounds like a religion, but I think that's the word. Okay, so in which case, me and also my people are going to be eating different food, because we actually don't eat meat or anything. We mostly eat like seaweed.
Go harvest it yourself.
So yeah, during this like rest period and stuff, I'll be doing a lot of swimming, exploring the under places of their islands and stuff. Because they have like lily pads and shit, so presumably there's lots of vegetation under the water. Yeah. That's mostly what I'm going to be doing. Also keeping an eye out if they have any kind of like similar shinies. Because I know that the mind control stuff works with amulets, so maybe they all have anti-mind control amulets.
Okay.
See, they have magical rings, but they weren't despoiled by the thing.
How are you coping with the loss of so many of your friends and family?
Not super well. I really don't like the dragon, especially because he's trying to pin it on us. I don't blame Juno, because he's literally not in control.
Of course I'm not in control. You mean Zane?
I fucking do. If at the end of this game it turns out that you actually secretly were the evil person, that would be fantastic. Because it means like subliminally we were all picking up on
But
it.
Juno, I am you.
But Frogar, I'm you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty fucking pissed. Usually I try to go for like mercy. I don't try to just kill people. But if we get in a fight, I'm gonna try to kill people. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. Yeah, more angry than cryy. That's how I'm processing the emotions. Especially because I can smash really good now.
Smash the Swede. A pound salad.
Alright. So, Goblin King is pretty much not doing a lot of super productive things. Mostly resting, hanging out with his surviving crewmates, staff.
Friends?
Yeah. Breaking in Acerin and putting Gigas through the paces. And I'm figuring I'm hanging around whatever they have for. Do they have like a prison here or something?
The Elven community?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that's where I'm getting my new work from, Brioris.
Okay.
He's a mercenary. He's a warg. He's like those big goblin wolves. They're intelligent because I remember when I killed Gormangosht.
I remember.
Yeah.
Well, he's
So yeah, I'm just like, hey, you're joining me now because I'm a Goblin King and you're a warg. Blood for blood.
blood for blood.
Spill blood for me and have as much as you want from it.
Seems like a step up from my present circumstances.
Yes.
He sounds so much more civilized. I'm expecting a top hat and monocle.
Right.
I would love to see just a big mangy wolf wearing like an inexplicable top hat and monocle.
Yeah. Spill blood for me and drink as much as you want.
Capital.
You're like, I'm rolling.
This has become a thing.
Right. Yeah. My bond I have with him is Soldier of Fortune.
Okay.
As long as you provide plenty of tea.
I'm also going to start gathering up the goblins in the area. Because they're around. There's not a lot of them, but they're around. I know somewhere out in the water here there's a Sargasso full of them.
Fucking sick bear.
It's one of the communities I wrote up.
The community doesn't take very well to the goblins gathering and massing. How do you deal with that?
When you say it doesn't take very well, what do you mean?
Well, what exactly are you doing when you gather them up?
I'm like going to like where their garbage and sewers are and finding goblins and like trying to get them in one area, like around the water and stuff, like just checking them over.
See, Goblin King's taking out the garbage. We'll leave with them, and you'll be free of them. I think that's a benefit.
Whenever too many goblins gather together, they get forcefully dispersed.
All right, so I'm here. I'm like around there like a sheepdog, me and Brioris, and be like
Yeah.
circling them.
Okay.
Okay, what's happening? You're saying forcefully dispersed.
Nothing right now.
All right, so I got like a few dozen. I'm assuming just goblins there, small and plentiful.
Yep.
Yeah, what do you guys do here?
Eat garbage?
Yeah, that tracks. You're water goblins. I see you swim and stuff.
Well, we're goblins.
My eyes have-
Goblins.
Do they have like they probably have like webbed flippers and stuff?
Sure.
Yeah, that'll be perfect. I'm gonna relocate you forcibly.
You're a goblin king.
Yeah, I am.
We're used to this.
Don't you ever forget.
So, where are we going?
We're going onto my boats.
Okay, in that case, the community is not unhappy with you.
They're like, oh, cool.
See, told
Works
you.
for us.
He's taking out the garbage.
I don't know, Goblin King's kind
Okay,
of...
then my follow-up question is, how do you integrate the new goblins with the crew?
Pretty much I'll throw them on the boat the old goblins were on, and,
Deal with it, assholes. If you have a problem, that's your problem.
yeah, pretty much it's like, yeah, they're gonna bite and steal from you and shit and piss everywhere.
Hey,
Go
we'll
fuck
fuck yourself
yourselves.
as well.
Okay.
Goblin King's kind of not mellow, but kind of like, not really, doesn't really have his heart in it.
He's like, they're probably gonna die.
He's going through stuff on the inside.
Okay.
What's the Overlord up to?
The Overlord is doing something very similar to what Juno is doing.
Crafting something.
He's descending deep down into a cavernous room beneath a reef that is moist and dripping with water and illuminated with torches. And he's working in front of a great forge. And he's pouring vats of silver and gold and shifting and shaping the molten metal with his hands into the shape of a person. And then he is immersing the person into a vat of blood and then bringing them out and resting his hand on top of their forehead. He goes, "You will be my finest creation."
Nice.
He says it to everyone.
He's continuously topping himself.
He
He strives to get better
He
and
takes
better
like a
each time he
popsicle
works.
stick, puts 2 pipe cleaners and googly eyes on it. You will be my finest creation.
Yes! Like, that's his, like, first thing he made when he was a kid. His mom put it on the fridge.
He's fucking making a sandwich in the morning.
So he's like Dexter or something like that. My greatest creation is complete.
He said Dexter, and I was thinking the serial killer.
Right?
And I was like, what?
Like, he's wearing a shirt that's far too tight for that Miami humidity.
I'm wondering where all that blood came from, personally.
Yeah, that's interesting, but
Don't think about it too much.
you know, you have to break a few eggs and
Does all, like, I don't, we didn't see that in character, but, like, does all builder tech have blood sacrifices, or is that just a thing he's doing?
you know, when you need to make some shortcuts, I guess you substitute one thing for the other.
Shortcuts.
That's amazing. You're like, yeah, you know, if you're doing it the
I like how
easy
dismissive
way.
you are about what he's doing. Right, and I will choose to advance my plans.
Bom, bom, bom.
Yeah, so you guys have been living it up in this community for a bit. You've been getting along mostly okay. No real major kerfuffles. No issues with anyone. And you're all rested and recovered. Your ships are restocked and resupplied.
Excellent.
Okay, so I guess we should figure out what they need so we can get some fellowship with them.
I'm sure you have fellowship with this community? Isn't this community you have fellowship with?
No,
Oh, okay.
He has fellowship with a community of elves, but
not all elves are the same.
not elves know each other, Devin.
So today's the 10th anniversary of Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, or it's around that. And the guy who created it, Miller, like the guy did Clone High, apparently to see how food fell, they threw like 2 dozen cheeseburgers off the roof of a building, and they're like, none of that was valuable, and it was really gross, but on the plus side, it was also really wasteful. We didn't use any of this for the film.
They couldn't have anyways. The food at that like large size would not.
Well, they
fall
didn't
the
think
same
about
way.
that back then. They also broke a few windows with a t-shirt cannon.
So they were just having fun.
Yes. So yeah, I think in general we also came into this community to learn, the Overlord's weakness, maybe get something like that as well, so we can use that in our fight and what have you.
Yeah, we came here to figure out how to not mind control.
Yeah, how to counter that.
Yeah.
And,
So after we're all, rested up,
Is the artifact? I thought the artifact you're building would stop that. I don't know.
well, that is something we can use as a great addition of power, but the Overlord's weakness is a thing that's separate from that.
So yeah, you guys have just been kind of bumming about town.
Should we meet with the Senate? Or
The Imperial Senate.
whatever?
The emissary.
I mean, he invited you to dinner like a week ago, but whatever.
Oh, I assumed we went to dinner.
Yeah, we're going to it.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously you went.
We're like, oh yeah, totally. See you later, buddy.
So now we're like
That guy
1
was
week
lame.
later. Hey guys, remember last week when we went to the dinner and
Yeah, we'll go through that dinner. So you're invited to a fine upstate villa. It's on one of the upper tiers of the pyramid. It's got a nice sweeping view out over everything, over the ocean. It's around sunset, so it's a beautiful vista spread out before you. You're greeted by servants and taken into a series of couches and tables.
nice.
It's a lot of fine fruits, vegetables, and fish laid out before you. It says, so, what brings you to our fine community, Architect Juno?
Well, we went to the library. That one old one down south of their archipelago?
I don't think she wants any more visitors.
No.
I'm not familiar with it.
Well, it's older than the walls, from what I've gathered. And it told us that this city has been known to house a lot of knowledge about the old ways, the ways of dealing with dragons and their power.
There are stories.
Well, we came here to partake of your wisdom because it seems that we are dealing with a dragon. A dragon that doesn't want to stay in its place, I suppose.
It's an interesting turn of phrase.
Also seems to want to pretty much kill quite just about everyone else on the surface,
Yeah.
it seems, or at least a good portion of them.
I mean,
It kind of has a little vengeance thing going.
as anyone would.
Tried to exterminate the community we just came from,
Yeah.
Interesting.
and has possessed the mind of the Grand Architect.
Among others.
Well, that would certainly explain the recent conflict. It was a bit of a heel turn for Zane to start advocating for the demolition of the wall.
Yes.
So you want from us what exactly?
Well, knowledge of how we can counter the draconic mind control, I suppose. Maybe some means of making that happen.
Yes, we were told that, I guess your ancestors were able to build things that...
Yes, they resisted the
Influence.
influence of the dragons. But that knowledge is locked away in old Ishintar.
Mhm.
We haven't used it for quite some time. And the old city is a place of corruption and decay now. It's a dangerous place. It's foul with dark magic.
Nothing we've not become accustomed to.
Well, I guess we'll have to go in there and deal with whatever's lingering there. And see whether we can find something that will help us in our quest.
You would be truly brave to take on such a peril.
I literally threw myself into a flaming furnace, locked myself in with a high explosive, and he pretty much took on an army by himself.
And so humble about it.
Well, we might be brave or we might be out of options. Either or, I guess we'll be going in there.
I have a question. Have your people noticed a call in the waters?
A call.
Yes.
You mean when swimming? A
Yes.
sort of dark murmur?
Precisely.
Not a lot of people like to talk about it, but everyone knows it's there.
That's what we're up against.
Yes.
That's the dragon. I would advise not staying too long in the waters.
Yes.
Once you're out, and of course I'm sure you've noticed it breaks the control, but if you stay too long, it's no telling.
Well, perhaps with the knowledge of all Ishintar, we can renew the protections your people had from such influences. So that might be a craft worth revisiting.
That would certainly be a great boon to our people.
Well, I guess it would be a worthy trade then, if we manage to secure our knowledge there and what have you.
There's nothing my people value more than freedom.
Understandably.
So, where is Old Ishintar?
I can show you. It's not far beyond here, past the shimmering reef. But I warn you, it's not a journey to be undertaken lightly.
I suppose we better rest up then. Because this meal took place in
Yeah.
Juno.
1 week later, now we're ready. Okay. So yes, let's prepare for that. And...
Oh, goodbye. Fucking Peter just gets up and goes. And we're back.
Okay, so you guys set sail. Are you taking your flotilla? Are you leaving your big ship moored here and just taking the Zephyr? What's your plan?
Yeah, what do we know about this situation?
It's beyond a reef, apparently, so we may not be able to take our big ship. I'm sure that... Oh, what the fuck is this guy's name?
The emissary.
We never got
I was
his-
gonna post it, but it never came up.
Yeah.
His name is Celiax. I will post it in. I'll post it in the chat.
You can't eat gluten?
The emissary of the mouth of peace.
Fuck you.
So, bring our tiny boat?
Yeah. I think we're gonna leave the big boat here to finish supplying, and we're gonna take our ship.
Yeah, it depends whether celiac is like, yeah, it's super dangerous because there's big ass storms over there, or if it's not that. Because if there's big ass storms, then we probably need our big boat, right?
No, you could take your big boat. It wouldn't really be a problem. It's an old city, right? Like it used to be the capital. It used to be where they all lived. So there are numerous ways to get in there with large vessels and dock and more.
Okay.
It's just a dangerous, corrupted place. So you might not want to bring everyone.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, we probably wouldn't want to bring everybody, but we would want to bring, presumably people that can fight if it's a dangerous place.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I don't bring most of our actual, like the people who have officer positions on the boat, maybe. Definitely not bringing the ghost, because bringing a ghost to a place of corruption seems like a stupid idea.
Yes, plus also he can't fight because he's a ghost.
Just bring the Lich King. He'll be fine.
He'll be fine. He'll be more than fine.
I was actually thinking he might be able to control whatever it is if he's
Raising
like...
the undead elves. So good.
I was probably...
Yeah, see? It straight up suggests celiac for a spelling correction.
I was probably going to leave Orby, the Lich, and Geeks behind.
So who are you bringing?
Everyone else.
Who's Geeks again?
The Titan. Okay, so you guys set sail and do a long journey. No.
Oh, God.
It's not a crazy ways away, but it's a good 4 or 5 days by boat going full steam. And as you get closer, the skies start to darken, and the water gets thicker and murkier and choppier. And eventually you see rising the pyramid of old Ishintar, which is like a dark reflection of new Ishintar. It's old, it's decrepit, it's covered in black spores and twisted, gnarling trees. All the vegetation is either rotted or just withered away. And you see numerous shifting, shuffling forms and moving bodies going through the ruins of the old city.
Well, looks like we found the place.
The elves didn't have too many cities. Obviously, if they abandoned this one, it was something pretty dire happened.
Maybe their experiments went wrong. Well, let's head in.
I don't know.
So we're
how-
not going to take the major ship in. We're going to take like smaller boats, or is that the plan?
We should definitely bring the main ship in. It's our backup.
It has stats.
The main vessel can supply us with support.
Okay.
When you say the main vessel, you're talking about the Zephyr or the big ship?
The Zephyr.
Okay. Yeah.
The one that has levels.
Okay. Sorry, just clarifying.
The ones that like a PC.
Okay. So this is the set piece, Room of Corruption. I've posted the stats. It is also a place of corruption, which means you must pay a price to enter it.
Okay.
Each of us individually?
Yes.
I can pay a price with my gear. I don't know how it makes sense, but as an orc I can.
I'll use my useful dragon sword.
Cover
Poover
yourself in
will
money?
damage his iron.
No, I don't know, use some old telescopes or something like that to navigate the way, what have you.
You should probably erase all the check marks I've got on the sheet.
Yeah, refresh all the gear, man.
I will damage courage because this is a spooky place.
Spooky.
Okay, but you guys sail in, you come in through the waters, and you approach what used to be the old docks. They're creaking and in poor repair, and covered in overgrown barnacles and spores and mold.
Well, don't want to be touching that. Flying over.
It's probably
You see some heron that are standing on like the patties. Yeah. But they are light touched heron. So you can see like dark spots and throbbing veins.
No, that doesn't look too healthy.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of a reflection of the effects you have on some natural creatures, Goblin King.
Yeah, actually.
Reminds me of the effect you have on people.
So this place has a tuned goblin. Jeez.
Yeah, what kind of, what are they looking like all weird? Like barnacly?
No, they're not barnacle. They're like pulsating, Emperor Palpatine-ish.
Kind of like our lich?
Well, your lich is a floating robe with like a skeletal head and blue fire.
Yeah, but his zombies and stuff, do they have the same cadence as these things?
No.
Okay. Alright, I'll like gingerly try to approach some of the animals and be like, animals! I am the land!
Yet they're still animals.
And they'll like obey.
They will obey.
Yeah, okay. I don't speak animal, guys, so I can't really interrogate them. I can tell you about these, though. These are goblin hunters. They're a type of flying goblin animal that hunts goblin fish in the water.
Sounds legit.
World builders call them heroines, heronos, whatever.
Something like that.
Some stupid name.
Maybe get them to bring us to the, like, core of this place or whatever, wherever this stuff is coming from. Are they smart enough to know that kind of shit? I don't know. They're birds.
Birds are pretty dumb.
Darn.
Now, can I get a feel of where they don't want to go?
What, the birds?
Yeah. So an area that they avoid or are attracted to?
Not especially. They're mostly just acting like
Birds.
corrupted birds. Like they're hunting for corrupted fish and waiting in corrupted fields.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what to do.
Well, since we don't know what's going on,
Look closely.
why don't we look closely?
What's that roll with?
Sense. Right.
Sense. +0, so no. Who wants to look
All
closely?
I think both me and you are kind of the.
I have +2.
Yeah, I'll give you a hand scanning around with my UI.
Wait, does that mean I roll with hope? Can we roll with hope
Yeah.
here? It doesn't say
Yeah,
can,
you're
right?
looking closely.
Okay.
Yep.
8, 10?
Yep.
So ask these questions 3.
Alright. So, is there any area that looks more blighted than the other places?
The closer you get to the pyramid, the more the blight seems concentrated.
That makes sense. Is there anything besides the obvious blight that's suspicious here?
The shadows seem to be moving.
That ain't right. Okay.
Hidden danger? Is there something like that?
Yeah. Yeah. Is there any
yeah,
like
they have one.
hidden danger here?
Oh, tell me about the shadows. How could it hurt me? How could it help me? Or
Yeah, do that one. That's what he just said.
How about asking about the corruption? How can the corruption help us or hinder us?
there we go.
There we go. That's a better one.
How can the corruption help or hinder you?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can post the corruption for you. You guys already know what it does. You enter a pay a price when you go into it.
Okay. How obtain the magic? Ooh.
Except-
fire of the powers.
The Overlord's influence.
Yeah, except ignore that because that's for like if the Overlord is the Scourge. But he's not.
Okay. So, since we already entered the pay the price, as long as we don't linger here, that shouldn't be a problem, I guess. Right.
So as you guys are standing on the edge of the ship, leering through, the shadows like flicker from shadow to shadow to shadow, and then one of them leaps up to attack Poover from behind.
Oh shit.
Quick, someone overcome.
Sounds good. I will try and overcome. 11.
How are you overcoming?
I sort of don't know, but I think that at this point, Poover is basically as it goes in. It's going to attack me from the rear.
Yeah.
Oh,
Combat
Poover
reflexes.
turns on his wings,
Okay.
and so they just basically just flap up, and just like the shadows are suddenly find it very difficult to attack him from that or startle around. That gives us enough time to kind of for him to turn around and start facing these things.
Okay, sure. You manage to startle and spook it enough that it doesn't immediately leap into you. It seems to withdraw back into the shadow, and then that shadow flickers and flickers, and another shadow a little further away flickers again.
Hey, Goblin King, is that a creature you can influence?
I'm pretty sure it's not an animal. It's an animal.
It's not an animal.
Yeah, an animal. Kill it.
Okay,
You want me to try and deal with this thing?
if you have anything to deal with it, you can.
We want to just like. Is it actually made of shadows? Because if so, we just need light, and then it can't be here.
Okay, so I guess I can use my tunneling here, which includes you'd be crazy not to include flares.
Okay.
So I'm going to burn one of my tunneling gears, and I'm going to say we set up a bunch of raid the ship stocks if we've got the access to that, and we're going to set up a bunch of flares here and there.
Okay, yeah, you start dropping flares, and sure enough, you set off a big beacon of illuminating light, and it does not approach within that.
Okay. I guess we can carry them with us and protect ourselves from them. Hope there won't be any more.
I have no idea what's going on in this place. What happened here?
Well, it seems that there's some foul magic at play here.
Probably when didn't the library say that when he realized he couldn't control them, he wrecked our place?
I have no idea.
Like I was expecting it to be a desert island because of that. I thought that like when he couldn't control them, he wiped them out.
Yeah, I got no idea.
Maybe I just assumed that that's what he did because that's what.
To be honest, I don't remember talking to the librarian.
Oh,
A
so
while ago.
I did suppose that rather pale fellow would happen to know what's going on with this.
Oh
You
shit!
mean
Right,
Wednesday?
Aesrin, what the fuck?
Oh, I thought you meant the Lich.
No, Aesrin, this is like one of the reasons you're alive. Give us some info.
Saren.
I know how I pronounced it.
Okay. Yeah. Old story bullshit. Dragon curse. Oh, you want more than that?
Yeah. Fucking weave us a tale, oh master lore.
Well, I mean, I don't really remember it that well. Like, I'm not a historian. And
It's literally all you law builders are doing.
Hey, are we still on the boat? What's going on
I don't
here?
know where I am.
Because we literally should ask the Lich.
Yeah, that's
He
the
was
other thing.
alive. Like
I
that's
didn't bring
what
the
he-
lich.
If we're on the boat, isn't he on the
No,
boat?
he's on the big boat with the golem and Orby.
We
the
specifically
same, you know.
you also specifically have a historian, too.
Yeah.
We have, you know.
And she's
didn't-
on the boat.
We,
Yeah.
we thought it might. I think the general consensus was that it might not be a good idea to bring the evil lich of ultimate evil to the evil spot of ultimate evil.
No, I'm
power.
just keeping him in reserve because he's a heavy hitter.
Oh, okay.
It had nothing
So-
to do with your safety. It had to do with my resource expenditure.
So I guess we turn to Adela, the librarian.
Yes, I
Put him
can.
on
I
some.
can tell you this tale.
Well, can you tell to Aesrin that he can tell to us to thus justifying his life?
Holy crap, man!
She goes over and she whispers to Saren.
It'll make him feel a lot better about his safety.
Okay, so this is the skivvy, I guess. Apparently, back when there were dragons, elves didn't get super along, tried to mind control a bunch of people, elves came up with a way to not be mind controlled, dragons didn't take too kindly to that, got into a bit of a tiff, elves killed a dragon, but the dragon cursed them, and then everything withered and died. But the rest of the dragons backed off, and they didn't mess with the elves after that.
That's invaluable intel you've provided for us, Aesrin.
Well, thank you.
See, guys,
That's
this is why.
that's what I'm here for. I've always got your back, Goblin King.
I told you this is why.
Got your back.
I give a sympathetic. I give a sympathetic like what are you gonna do? Look to the librarian who actually provided the knowledge.
Well, I guess we know everything we need to know.
Do you think the curse is because they killed that dragon that its body's here and like something?
That sounds like a solid hypothesis, Goblin King.
I
Let's
mean,
go to the pyramid and find out.
there are probably more dragon bodies around that doesn't necessarily produce this.
Well, he cursed them.
No, they killed one, and with his dying breath, he cursed this land and smote its ruin with his dying rage.
Yeah, listen, Juno. This guy.
One of his stats for the listeners is literally sycophant.
This is gonna be the best NPC ever.
Right? It's one of Peter's favorites.
It literally is one of my favorites.
It's a countess.
Like usually they're mine, but
And every once in a while, Devin gets a break.
See, the Lich King would love this if there wasn't dragon bones in here.
Boom!
Yep, he sure would.
Well then.
All right, Juno, you're the authority on Wait. Zach. Zane. All right, Zane, lead us to it.
that's Juno.
Damn it!
Oh shit! I thought it was the other way around.
Oh my goodness, we're so bad at this.
Their names sound identical.
Well,
They have one letter in the same place. That's it.
Just make sure
I
that
can barely understand what they're saying with their wall builder accent.
Do not mind me. I'm just gonna bang me head on the mast for a few minutes.
just make sure that when you're stabbing someone, you have the right person.
That's an important tip.
Yeah.
You always want to stab the right person.
You also
Golden King's just laughing. It's good.
You also want to make sure you yell out the right name if you're doing it, though, because you don't want people to think that he was doing it.
I'm just thinking of the Chucky remake. This is for Tupac. Fuck.
Well, obviously, you have to go into the pyramid, probably to Heart of It or something like that. And we'll
Yeah,
get the
obviously.
stabs.
Do it. Let's do it.
Fly with flares.
Oh, right. They can fly.
You have herons just tied into your arms or something.
Put my arms, and groups of local animals will start to pick me up, like Professor Screw-Eye at the end of We're Back.
Okay.
Maryland
Does
is...
anyone else want to ride?
Well, Poover has his Icarus wings. Hopefully he doesn't fly too
Yeah,
close to the
you
sun.
pick up Acerine, and that guy picks up Marilla, and off we go.
Let's.
Okay.
Okay. You guys take off through the air and skim over the outlying flats where they have reclaimed land or built pontoons, et cetera, et cetera. You see a lot of shapeless beasts and whatever moving about beneath you. Things with strange bony protrusions, misformed flesh, things that were probably once elves. And as you go over a pond, a great amoeba rises up and swats Poover out of the sky.
It seems to be a thing today.
What do you mean?
Oh, I'm just the first target. But okay, so
Marilla, look, it's a giant one of you people.
Well,
so
we
we have a big thing flying
Coming at you.
coming at me.
Do you
I
think
will
like
try
she's
and overcome, I suppose.
Sure.
Well, we didn't have a giant jetpack that makes lots of noise and, you know, is so bright.
Presumably lights up, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a Buzz Lightyear jetpack.
It's all about where you sit at the table.
I got
I
an
look
11.
up and that's what I see.
Right? I'm just like behind the screen.
What's that?
I got an 11.
Okay, so describe how you overcome it.
I think that in this case it's blood, so as the amoeba comes up, Poover is kind of used to being attacked, so suddenly he's got the spear out, and he's kind of basically, it sort of whacks at the spear, and they kind of goes flying away a little bit, but isn't actually harmed by it.
Okay. Eventually, you get to the pyramid itself, which is, like as we described, a giant, not just like one building, but collection of buildings. Like they're tiers of housing and buildings that go layered up throughout the thing. And you arrive where? You go into the top, the bottom, the middle.
The main entrance. The vomitorium.
It's literally what it's called. Very good, Peter.
Yeah.
Very good.
The main entrance of what?
Well, probably when we get to this some like way into the pyramid, the deeps or something like that, where
Yeah. Except it would usually be the top, would it?
No, people would walk up to like the base of it and go inside. We're
Well-
not gonna keep stuff at the tippy top. It's too small.
Unless they were flying elves.
Pretty sure elves don't fly.
I don't know. Some of his people have forearms and the other
Okay,
ones don't.
I can solve this real quick. Did we see bathrooms along the way, and were they on the ground?
They were probably in the buildings.
See, there you go. They didn't fly. Because if they could fly, they just drop it where they stood. All things that can fly do it.
All birds do that, though.
Like I'm gonna be dropped down. I'm gonna be just covered in bird shit. Elves have, secret techniques to vanish as they flew.
You can see some large structures on the ziggurat that might potentially be entrances into deeper inside of it. They look like they're more ornate. They're coming out. They have large pillars and cavernous mouths.
Okay, we I guess fly there and look to our digger friend.
Our minor friend.
He's quite small.
I'll take a quick look at the stone here, and we'll see if there's any. Takes a look. Good spot to dig through.
Well, I mean, it's blighted and corrupt.
Okay. Marilla, perhaps you take a quick look at this. Traps. If there's anything on the other side.
Yeah, alright.
There's an ancient cursed elven rune.
Okay, yeah, presumably if it shoots arrows or whatever, I'll be fine.
Oh, right, I keep forgetting I'm a little.
Yeah.
Well, I just meant look over it.
Oh.
So I'm just basically going to look closely,
Okay.
and I'm hoping that you're going to give me a hand that.
Yeah, okay.
That would be a 10.
Ask these questions 3.
Dick game.
So,
Above the bell curve.
what will happen?
If we dig right through it.
What will happen if I start digging?
You will probably be attacked.
How do we avoid the attack?
Is something hidden or out of place? If so, what looks suspicious?
There are a couple amorphous shapes that notice between the rocks. You didn't see them before because they were wedged between them, almost like mortar, but they're not mortar. They're a living, quivering thing.
Okay. This will require all the skill and delicate touch. Flick! Click!
Explosive.
Wait, they might have just been my people.
Not even.
They used to be.
They said that we were going to get attacked by amorphous shapes if they...
No, or maybe it's like, that one creepy story about the Morale's Fall and all those, string people.
What'd you just say?
Maybe it's like that one story of that, like a cliffside with like people shapes that you go through and you turn like all squiggly. And then you use that for mortar.
Junji Ito.
Something like that.
Is that really a legend your people have? Holes shaped just for that?
I will use one of my
All holes are shaped
exploding
just for
traps.
water.
Okay.
Which can be used to cave in a small room or a narrow tunnel or blast open a wall or door on cue.
There we
Okay.
go.
So rather than digging through that, I think this would be a...
Okay, you blast it open and destroy the chaos beast that was waiting for you, and open a gap into the rooms beyond.
Just gonna pause once.
As long as this is good.
We're back. Yeah, I think that sounds good.
All right, so you open an entranceway into the caves beyond. They are in various states of ruin, but you can see, like within even like just this first cave, that whoever left this place originally left it in a hurry because there's torn tapestries, there's upended platters, there's furniture thrown into disarray.
Hey, Nicole, did you end up taking that impossible strength power?
Yes.
Okay.
It's called infinite strength, but yes.
Pick the whole pyramid up.
Is that the half-giant one?
No, it's Orc Boss.
Oh, yeah?
Orc Bosses are scary.
I can pick up and lift anything or anyone I can get a firm grip on.
And you can deal damage to people instead of doing a break your weapon move, like Orc Scat.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah,
So-
anything or anyone I pick up can be used as a weapon.
And if you have the Orc moves where you break a weapon to pay your price, you're just damaging people. So you pick up an enemy, use them as a weapon, and if you're forced to pay a price by the Overlord, you just damage one of their minions. It's gross.
Sarah, could you please come over here for a minute?
I mean, you actually said his name right, so...
Looks at Goblin King.
I'll allow it.
What can I do for you?
I think that was just
No,
an
that was a
out-of-character joke.
hypothetical, like,
Yeah,
could
yeah.
you come over here for a second?
He was
Use
just
me
saying
as a
to use
weapon?
me as a bludgeon.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was something. You were
I
gonna do
mean-
something cool.
You guys go, hey, lead the way. Because there are traps.
Well, why wouldn't we lead the way? We can't be killed.
Well,
Also, one of us is way stronger than the other. We're gonna encounter like traps or doors, we're gonna rip them apart.
Once again, Goblin King making excellent points.
Fine, I'll allow it.
Like, I'll like pick up like, I don't know, a sword on the ground or whatever. These are
Okay,
ruins. So
sure.
I'm just like stabbing myself. It's like, I don't even feel this anymore.
Is it a?
It's not a corrupted sword, you piece of shit.
It would be really
No, it
funny.
wouldn't. It would be irritating and make me mad.
No, that would be great because then we'd have a cursed sword like to use against everything else.
Fair.
Necrotic damage. Heck yeah.
Somehow I don't think a cursed blighted sword is going to do extra damage against blighted undead.
No, but we could take it with us, like, away.
Yeah, walk up to some hobbits and be like, hey, hobbits, die! I hate you!
Now you'll be sad forever. On the anniversary of your stabbing.
Anyway.
So, what's the plan here, boss?
Well, we're trying to get underground, obviously, right, to the source of the corruption.
Yeah,
Let's just rip and tear away in a straight line to it.
that sounds reasonable.
Yeah, if the best way is straight down, then Poover will do some digging as well.
Is that the correct place to go, Asaron?
Oh, what I know.
I mean, this looks like, an elven-built place where usually people continue with the same
Why the
architecture.
Hey, Adelia, or whatever. You're a.
She's on the ship.
I was literally
Oh,
saying,
shit.
why the fuck would you... Oh, right, he's an elf.
Maybe his home looks like this, but only smaller, so...
Is that where you live, Ace? You're in a tiny pyramid?
I mean, it's where I used to live until I got exiled.
Alright, fair enough.
I'm picturing like a pyramid is only big enough to stand up on in the tallest point, and the rest of it's too small. To stand straight up in the middle of it.
Let's call it
that is
tent.
a baseless, racist accusation.
That isn't called
All-
a tent!
all-
It was just a tent, Whoopal.
All elves do not live in pyramids. Mine was a cylinder.
You're not an elf.
No, I'm just riffing.
Alright, well, did your pyramid have a basement?
Well, I mean,
Where did you keep your valuables?
Hey, where did you keep your valuables in your house?
typically when we build these structures, there is like a central antechamber at
Yeah,
the base
the
of
heart.
it that everything leads towards. Yeah, it's a sacred place to my people.
Yeah, it's almost desecrated.
Well, it's not even desecrated, we'll undesecrate it.
You know,
Let's,
the dragon's fort.
let's do it.
Yeah, alright. Aesrin actually did know it. Aesrin actually knew, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well then, I guess take us there, Mr. Poover.
Yeah. Unless like we can find the doors, I guess. But we can
Or you can just tunnel through.
Yeah.
Just,
So we're just gonna start tunneling through, and your strength can aid him with hope and stuff.
Yeah.
Where there are doors, there's traps. But if you, dig around the doors, then you avoid all the traps.
Well, it's like in
Turns
Star
out they
Wars.
filled all the not doors with lava.
Well, you know Star Wars where they have like the sides of the walls make a shield generator? You just cut an angle into where the shield generator part is and blow it up, and then there's no shield. It's not rocket science, guys. It's using angles.
I'm just thinking of literally any level of Dwarven Fortress. If you dig and they're in the wrong area, what happens? But well, this is an Elven Fortress, so
Alright, yeah, so we'll just tunnel on through and make merry conversation. Why aren't more of your people forearmed?
Well, everybody has a different aspect of the dragon to them, and I got the forearms. Not everyone gets that because our blood's kind of thin these days.
It's just irritating me. Like I'm always expecting to be like, oh, that's an architect. They got 4 arms.
there was another one you encountered that has.
Yeah, I know. That's just one other, and that's just all that's done is made me madder. Because now he's not just a unique freak. Now there are people with 4 arms, just not a lot of them.
Just like red hair.
That's exactly the comparison.
you know,
I was gonna make.
in the books of our people, the Brock folk first meeting the builders, there were a little more scaly and more of them back then.
We don't call them scales. That's highly offensive.
No, literally, they were
Don't
covered in
shame them.
scales.
I mean, I do have scales around the eyes. My dragon eyes.
Yeah, having scales would mean a scaly. You know what? It's not important. All right, Poover, what's a rare color of fur for your people, specifically your women?
The rare color for
Not the rarest, all rare color.
red occasionally, very occasionally, dark brown with gray is more common on those who defend the wall for a long period of time.
Are
I'm not sure what that
patterns
is.
rare?
I assume they're
Patterns
all
are more on
black with
people
white
from the main
stripes.
islands.
Like, so I assume they all look like.
Some people have like special patterns in their fur from just their families. Like, I don't know.
Oh, a few clan variations of going now.
But sometimes you see a dog with spots on it.
Well, I would
Hard
on
spots.
tangent.
I'm just taking an interest in you people.
I mean, goblins are the most crazy.
That's because we're not one people. We're just thrown on the outskirts and grouped into one name.
So you guys are having this conversation
As
as
we're
Poover
Loudly.
studiously tunnels through. Yeah, loudly.
This is not exactly.
And eventually you break through and breach into a large, vast underground dome where there are numerous soiled tapestries hanging along the walls, statues of elves clad in fine regalia set various positions around it, a huge central dais, and in the middle of it stretched out the skeleton of a dragon.
Yeah.
That would be the place.
See, with
And
all its
within-
hatred.
Within the skeleton, there is a large pulsating ruby, right where its heart would be.
Do we smash it or do we give it a proper burial? What's a proper
And
burial
within-
for? Oh,
Within the antechamber as well, there are numerous amorphous chaos beasts and zombies shambling about.
Hey, do you think that's from when its flesh rotted off and turned into angry, sentient masses of hate?
that makes sense.
That'd be cool.
Hate is such a great emotion. Everyone should have it.
I can't emphasize it with you.
So,
So we were here for anti-mind control magic.
but also to cure the blight because it's bad.
Alright, well, let's go smash that thing up.
But do we smash it or do we give it a proper burial?
That's what it would want.
To be smashed.
Yeah, we give it a proper burial.
As you debate that, a gang of chaos beasts breaks off to attack you.
As we all know, the dragons have a reincarnation cycle. Therefore, killing it is as good as burying it, I
Oh,
suppose.
wow, yeah, you're right. We actually learned that. Yeah.
But it probably doesn't want to because it's angry. So that's probably why they're attacking us right now. It's
Seems to be a theme with dragons, am I right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Let it go, right?
Okay.
Alright, we're gonna
Let's
smash this place up.
Well,
It's a really
we're being
big.
attacked by a gang of things. Who's good at overcoming this?
Well, someone taken Warlord. They would have all the power in the world to overcome gangs of things. Luckily for me, I still have my gang of birds.
I
So,
think I'm really shit at overcome. Yeah.
Blah, blah.
I
So
guess
I
I'll
will-
win Poover again? Oh,
You
no,
will
never mind.
what?
I will send my gang of herons, which carried me here and covered me in, bird shit and feathers,
Okay.
to hold up that gang of monsters. They're on the same scale.
Okay. Roll to overcome.
Yeah, sure. I can do it. Yeah. And they're all super juiced up from me being the world ender or whatever. And Poover, you were saying you were doing stuff, so clearly we're working together.
Yep, you'll help out with the spear, but I
I'll
just
set
didn't want to be...
Clearly.
Oh, what?
Ooh, wait, you set us up, and then my herons could just take them away.
Oh, yeah.
You're not in the wild.
Fair.
Ah.
I read your ability.
That's good.
Oh.
I only vaguely remember it most times. Oh, shit. Whoa. 6, 7, 8. So I can pay a price to take the 10 plus result, or I'll create a temporary solution. So I'll just have the herons rush in and for like a split couple of moments or seconds, I guess, like keep them all distracted and occupied and setting Poover up for whatever he's going to do.
Okay. So you buy some time. The herons come in, and the chaos beasts are just looking to devour, so they don't care too much what they devour. They leap onto and latch onto the herons and start digesting them.
Okay, well that seems
As
like...
they do that, you guys have some time.
if no one else wants to jump in, Poover will basically run out and start hacking them to death.
I will rush past the monsters and instead smash the gem.
Mm.
Oh, you're wicked strong.
I have Orc Smash, which lets me smash through any obstacles in my path, including dicks, like these guys.
You chafe them enough.
Fucking lord. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, you can't be stopped. No questions asked.
I don't hurt anybody, but yeah. So I'm gonna go through them to the gem, and what's this called?
Haymaker.
Haymaker.
Okay.
That's called Kirk Fu, actually.
His coffee cup just there on the background.
And you're trying to keep them busy?
Well, I think we just had them be kept busy.
Overcome.
No, I overcame them briefly to set you up for something. So.
Yeah,
You overcame.
Poover is going to rush forward then with his wings, and he's going to clear a path.
Also, table of corruption, so you take damage because you're touching the heart. Right?
Is that a thing?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
When we do the distraction thing. I think we're working together on this.
Sure.
I mean, we are like. Oh wait, are you clearing the path with her?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That would be a 10. So that lets me, yep, I can clear a path with allies between where I'm going. So you can follow. You've got a nice path to go.
I didn't need you.
Oh,
I know, you
sorry.
were completely unnecessary.
Oh,
I didn't want to
never
say
mind then.
anything, but
Yeah.
No, you're both at the heart now. You guys have to really rail on this thing to kill it. So you both do that, and I guess Peter and I will try to keep you guys in the clear.
Oh boy! I'll be there for moral support, so you can have hope.
Yeah, all right, sure. I'll duct tape you to my back for the hope. All right,
King.
All right, boy King. You and I together.
Katara and Ember Island players.
Oh, I'm tear bending.
okay. So you take damage for touching the heart,
Okay.
and then roll to smash.
I don't think she has to.
Yes.
Yeah, I do actually.
Finish them.
Neither of my things actually let me smash things. It just
Okay.
lets me get through simple obstacles, basically. I will damage my wisdom because it was a bad idea to touch the source of all this corruption. I guess this is blood, considering I'm trying to destroy
Yeah,
it.
you just straight up smashing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're working together, right? So do I get hope?
To smash the thing? No.
Okay. I got a 4.
So you do not smash it.
I do not.
Wow.
I'm not as strong as I thought I was. I was overconfident.
And a cut is coming your way. So as you move through the chaos beasts and you push them aside, they simply coalesce behind you, and now you have their full attention. So they are leaping onto your back.
Okay.
And you guys were trying to deal with the other pack.
Yeah,
Other packs? There are 2 packs now?
There's a bunch. They're all over.
this is for 2 packs.
Oh.
All right. Yeah, let's do it, bud.
Okay.
One at a time, you and I.
I guess I'll fly around to distract them to keep them busy, to give the Goblin King an advantage for later to finish them.
Look at that.
There we go. That's a roll. That's an 8. You'll retaliate against me when the time is up.
Yeah, just give me. I just need a little bit of time. So what are the stats for the night? Are these night moths?
No, sorry. I'll put in the chaos beasts.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to use, because they're a group, I'm going to use my weapons with destructive tags to just start wailing into them. So yeah, I'll throw out the death top, the battle blade, the dread spinner. And yeah, you're keeping them busy, distracting them, and Goblin King will slide in on his knees and hurl that guy out, and he'll start buzzing around these guys. Please tell me the death spinner was the one that had destructive on it. So like an asshole. It does. It does. Okay, well, he set him up. I'll knock him down with finish them. And that's so high. That's a 12. So with blood and destructive on them.
Okay. So that wipes out the gang. and sends it into 2 or 3?
2.
2. You separate it into 2 individual chaos beasts.
Okay. You 2.
So we've got the Chaos Beast on your back, which I'm actually not terribly concerned with because
I don't know. It's a
Corruptive.
thing, so it probably actually can't hurt me. I was actually thinking though.
Grab it, use his weapon at the other one.
Fight music.
Trying to decide how to hurt these things.
Whoa,
Classic.
don't acid.
Heard that about
Yeah, but like
24
power word
hours.
acid doesn't seem to
Yes.
actually damage anything.
Darkest Dungeon.
Just say it does. It's a power word.
But it says when you speak a word of power against a threat, take damage to a stat of your choice, then your word delays the threat in the way you describe.
Okay.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we need to.
Can I grab one of the dragon fangs? Because presumably it can hurt its own self. And there's like a dragon skeleton right there.
You could hurt it with a dragon fang. Yeah.
Awesome.
All right,
I would like
smash
to do
it.
that then. Yeah. I will do so. We don't have advantage, but
So maybe look closely, like, oh, where can I chisel this?
I don't know if you need advantage for a stationary target like this.
Well, there's a cut coming to you now. It's attacking you. You guys need to deal with that first.
Unless
then
you want
worry
to take
about
damage.
Yeah, unless you just want to take damage and hit it back.
yeah. What?
I'd say I try and stop it, but I really don't know how Poover would without.
Blowing her up.
Yeah, or like engaging the thing in hand kind of. Oh wait, I do have one thing I can do. I'm gonna keep him busy. I was about to think about it, and then realize, wait a minute, she doesn't care. I pull up my gun.
It'll just go through me into whatever else.
Yeah.
Although they're
Puppet.
like,
The bullet will go through the puppet and into your friend.
So you're going to overcome it by...
Firing a gun.
Okay.
he's keeping him busy, not
Keeping him busy,
overcoming.
yeah.
Well, you have to overcome
No,
it.
he's overcoming. He's overcoming the threat by
Oh.
distracting him.
Oh,
Doesn't cost ammo. Doesn't cost ammo.
To overcome?
Yep. I'll have to keep them busy.
Oh, okay. Are we working together?
oh,
You shooting through her.
Because I
You're
think she can
literally
turn
fighting the
towards
monster
me
together.
so that the shot is easy because I can literally shoot through her.
sure.
Sure.
14.
Nice.
Stop it.
That
Okay.
is definitely overcame.
So you fire off a round from your rifle, and it confuses and disorients them enough that they veer off and do not crash into Barilla.
Okay.
I will. Is the ruby movable? Like, can I pick it up? I'm super strong.
Can.
Okay, I would like to pick it up, place it in the dragon's jaws, and then like drive an elbow down onto the top of the dragon's skull so it like bites down and hurts it.
Sure.
No.
I think we need some goblin team for this.
Or I'll do it. I can always pay a price because I've got tons of gunpowder.
So the cut that is coming your way.
You hurt yourself in your confusion.
I don't want to just do damage all the time.
The blast sends you away. You get
I'm going to say this. I mean, even though no one's here to witness it, all of this whiffing is starting to impinge on your reputation, especially because Saren is here and he's going to talk about it later. So I'm going to say you lose 1, you are famous.
Do you two want to switch off?
Yes.
Okay, let's switch off.
Not actually Magnetor.
Magnetar. Not a tansy either.
Okay.
All right.
So there's 2 Chaos Beasts pooling around. There's a gang of Chaos Beasts over by these 2, and there's the Ruby. Let me know what you're doing.
All right. I'm gonna have Acerin slip past everyone and use one of his stats. Come on, Acerin, be useful. Duelist. He's gonna parry thrust his way through a bunch of this debris and set up a clear path for me to zip on in. Actually, wait, I don't. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna zip on in and throw my war skateboard at the heart.
Okay.
It's destructive. So I will damage Acerin's duelist stat. Boop. Damaged. With blood. Hey, who's backing me up? Are you both?
Juno hasn't done anything yet, so
Yeah, like Juno, are you flying in with Acerin as well and doing like a whole duelist pearl thing?
Sure thing. I can
Almighty guys. There we go. Lord
an
Almighty.
elven duelist and an elven elite.
Bam! That's a 10 plus on finish them.
Okay.
Bam.
You knock it loose.
Smash attack.
That's 1 damage. Needs 3.
Yeah, I know it needs 3.
I
Yeah,
was reminding you.
I know. That's
It's
why
not-
we sent 2 of you guys over here.
Okay. The 2 Chaos Beasts are going to trail behind, and they are both going to try and attack Acerin. The gang is going to continue attacking you.
Hey, keep my elf alive.
Fine.
So I guess I'll just stand in front of them and try to keep them busy. Try and do my duelist stuff.
So
Before
you're
them.
overcoming the threat by using your duelist stat?
Yeah. Yeah, by my Paragon of Trust. Right?
There you go.
Yeah, yeah. But I guess since I'm in melee range, I have to pay a price, so I'll say, I don't know.
Why do you have to pay a price?
Because they're...
Anything if you try to
Positive?
touch it, but you're using a weapon, right?
Okay. Sure,
I think those are different things.
sure. Sounds good. Okay, one of them busy. The other one.
Okay. The other one is still coming for him, and you got the gang on you.
So, I will turn myself into acid to hurt them, to get them off of me.
Okay.
So, should I say that's...
Are you using acid?
Well, it's not a one-use item, it's just a melee weapon.
Ah.
You're overcoming.
Yeah, I guess that's overcome. Like,
Yeah.
Another 4.
No.
So they are not phased by your acid, and they start sinking their teeth and claws into you. And you take damage.
Presumably that's like special damage.
Nope, it's just damage. It's not necrotic or anything. But it's like, it's special in the sense that it hurts you.
That's basically what that's.
Poover.
We have one I have to overcome, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Poover is going to basically try and step up, and he's not trying to fight this thing directly. He's basically trying to keep it off. So he'll grab whatever's around, hurl stuff like rocks, things like that.
Dragon bones.
Yeah, they seem to be around. I hot dice tonight. That would be an 11.
Okay, so you grab a femur, and guys, dragons have femurs, and you conk it at one of the chaos beasts, and it dazes it and stops it from attacking Isaran. Amarilla, they seem to like me sure a lot more than they like you. Just some friendly repartee.
I literally, as you were saying, that's a good banner.
Okay, it's to you guys.
Okay, Chaos Beasts. How many single ones are out there?
2.
You guys didn't kill them?
No, we kept them busy because
we
they were.
kept them busy because now we have a chance to keep things busy and overcome and stuff like that.
I'm going to just beat them down mine so they cannot cause further harm. In this
My
scene.
group of herons can do 2 things at once.
Your group of herons was eaten by the chaos beasts.
They can
Were
be
they?
digested and
It's not
They just
all of
went
them. They're
in
a
there. And
group.
just,
Okay, then you have 2 herons.
I can do 2 things at once.
oh.
All right, I'll burn their stat, and because when I have a group, their stats double in strength.
Okay.
So even if they took damage, the group would still probably be there. But whatever. If the group
Okay,
sees
sure.
there's 2 herons. I'm having the group of herons distract the last 2 singular chaos beasts, setting up advantage for any chuckle hero here who wants to take them out.
Again, I'm beating mine down with strike through so that they cannot cause further harm in this scene.
Okay. And I'll throw one of the group doing 2 things at once will be one of the single ones that you're not targeting, and the group that's targeting Marilla.
Okay, sounds good.
So there's advantage floating on both of those right now before those herons get eaten.
Go, Poover.
Yeah. Sounds good. We are going to go with. Is there a group? There's a group of them, an actual group.
Marilla.
Group on Marilla. There is advantage floating on.
Yeah, I don't think Iron Blast would be particularly smart move.
Which is the smaller one, group or gang?
I don't know.
It's the smaller one.
The
Whichever
group,
one
the
it
group
is.
of 3.
Yeah.
Names aren't that.
Yeah, I'll grab some of the previously established stuff around here to attack it with.
Okay.
We have advantage on it, so
Yep.
I'll try and finish it with blood. No.
How much?
That would be a 4. Literally the lowest I could possibly roll.
Jesus Lord.
Womp.
Okay. Your improvised bone club breaks, and you lurch forward and you accidentally touch it.
Damage stat.
Pay a price.
Grace.
Huh. Okay, seeing that we don't have any luck with those people, I'm like fine, and I take my gadgets and detonate a trap, an arrow trap I had earlier set up that just shoots like some sort of light arrows at them just to damage them.
Okay.
And, so I spend one of my traps to deal one damage to an undamaged enemy with the group to break them apart.
Okay. So there are
3
4, because
Oh, yeah.
4, but one of them is
cannot do
is
harm.
occupied. Yeah. Okay, so Juno sets off a dazzling trap that zips around with arrows throughout the room, and impales the gang that was going for you, and reduces it to its constituent 2.
Excellent. So far, have these things stayed on the ground?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to the ceiling
Okay.
because I can just do that.
So you poop up to the ceiling?
Well, I have to like walk the wall
Slosh.
still.
Okay. Slosh up.
Because hopefully they can't get me then.
And then...
Yeah. To attack the guys?
The orb. The heart.
Okay.
Look closely or something.
Or kill the guys with advantage on while we have advantage on them.
Oh yeah, do that.
Yeah, okay.
Jump with
So I'll take a fang that I had chipped off when I tried to do that move and it didn't work, and huck it towards the dudes, the monsters.
Okay. You toss it to the monster that is occupied by the heron.
Finish him.
Got a 6.
Plus.
Plus nothing. My blood is nothing.
You can finish them with other stats.
Yeah, but we're specifically trying to kill them.
You force them to retreat with courage.
All right.
Courage is even worse and is damaged.
Oh no, I guess a cut's coming your way because you got a 6.
Yeah. It turns out that they can amorph themselves up onto the wall.
Yeah.
There it is.
One of them detaches and comes towards you.
Damn it!
It's like they can fly. I was hoping they didn't know that. Alright, I'm gonna blow up the Doom Dreidel to try and give myself advantage on this fucking heart and go straight for finishing them.
Okay.
No one's helping me. 16.
You can do it, Goblin King.
I actually can, that's a 13.
Okay. You get 1 more damage on there.
Yeah.
Smash! Oh no, my item. My doom dreidel, or top. It's also blowing debris everywhere. It's destructive, so it's an area that just ruins the scenery. So there should be interesting things for you guys to be able to do around here.
Okay, so it goes in and it erupts inside the dragon's skull and just blows it out, and teeth and shrapnel fly everywhere, and everyone is now coated in a light dusting of bone dust.
Nice. Well, I'll jump to one of those beasts that's maybe the one that's coming Marilla way, and parry it upside down and floating around there. With parry counter thrust again.
Okay. So you're keeping the one that's going after Marilla busy?
Yep.
There's 2 more on the ground.
All right. Poover is going to basically quickly fly over them, and though he's kind of expecting them, he knows he can go up now. He can get over them and drop one of the loosened stone things from the wall on it.
Okay.
Try and finish with blood. Nope. Hard cut.
Or a cut.
Your wings, are they gear?
Yeah.
Okay. They start to malfunction.
You won't be able to fly, Poover. Your wings have been clipped.
Have to repair them.
Okay, so since everyone else is airborne, the 2 that are still on the ground are going to start lurching towards Goblin King.
Goblin King, Goblin King.
They're coming towards me, guys!
There they are.
The one up by you is being kept busy.
Yeah. I guess I'll try to smash it again. I keep failing at trying to do that, though.
Well, we gotta eventually smash them. Like, we don't have...
Yeah,
Unless we
alright.
want to open a dialogue.
Alright, I'll try to kill it. I'm gonna have to touch it to kill it, though I don't actually have any... Oh wait, I can shoot rocks at it. I'll do that, then. Instead of having to touch it. Another 6.
Jesus!
He's nice today.
So you find yourself not sticking to the roof of the cavern very well. And you are in danger of detaching and falling off. There's some kind of like slime that is getting in the way of you adhering to the roof. So you're in danger of falling.
Okay. I will drop down onto the one that's about to go after Goblin King then.
Okay.
Aha!
So you're going to try and sploof onto it and keep it busy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright.
So I guess I should roll for keeping busy.
Yeah.
Nope. Got a 2. I roll with despair. Or a 4 or 5. Whatever it was. It was very low. It was not a success.
It was a cut.
So I fall and fucking hurt myself.
Yeah.
Should I just take damage?
Or something could break. You could lose some gear. Or you could say that this had to be a use of your rain in order to effectively fall and try and
It's not bad.
move on to him.
Use up some rain.
Okay.
Alright. While that's going on, I'm going to use up all the customary are over.
Yep.
Alright. I'm going to use up the kickboard that I've lined with explosives, my other goblin weapon. I'm going to blow it up to give myself advantage. I'll bootstrap myself up and try to blow this thing up again.
Okay.
Yeah! 6, and then
2 is 8.
Oh yeah, 7, 8. So a damage.
So that's the 3rd damage. So you toss your goblin kickboard into it, and Crystal Heart finally cracks and splits open, and there is a blinding, illuminating light that wafts out of it and then rises up to envelop the room. And we will maybe go into what happens next session.
Ha ha ha! We did it!
So I was Tyler.
Peter.
Mark?
Devin!
And Nicole.
And this is sponsored by Nobody. Signing off.